All right. Zero session. Welcome everyone.
Hello.
One familiar face and new faces to this. Hi guys. All right, we have our zero session happening today. I am the Dungeon Mistress Kay, and we're going to go ahead and introduce ourselves real quick so that everyone has an idea of who you guys are. Obviously, we all know each other, so. We all are in China, Guangzhou, and we are all teachers. I have been here for about 6 years now. So, yes, my 6th year teaching.
No pressure.
Nathan, I've been here 10 years and looking forward to playing D&D and Pokemon in D&D.
I'm Fahad. You guys might know me as the enthusiastic bearded guy from before. I played Catechus in the previous campaign and hope to have a good time with my new friends in this campaign.
Yeah. I'm Danny. This is the first time playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Welcome.
See how it is, but I'm really, really excited. I've been here for what, 3 years now in Guangzhou?
Yeah.
So.
I'm Tracy, and I'm also new to the game. I'm already very excited. Been spoiled by Rob with a new set of die.
Not here yet.
Not here yet, but I'm very excited to get it. But yeah, I'm really excited to start this adventure.
My name's Jacqueline. I've been in Guangzhou for about 4 weeks, and this is maybe my 3rd or 4th time with Dungeons and Dragons, but I played it like 5-6 years ago, so we'll see how it goes, but I'm excited.
I'm Rob. I've been in Guangzhou for 8 years, and this really sounds like my straight voice.
Nice. If you can't get it, Rob is gay.
I know. When I started talking, I was like, this sounds weird. That's not me.
And my name's Dale, and I've been here for, same as Jacqueline, about 4 or 5 weeks, and
Wow.
I'm excited to play.
Yeah, he stuck me in the US too.
Hey, what? Wait, what?
All right. So, welcome to D&D.
Stop.
Oh.
He stalked you?
Yeah, stop.
No, we got married, but close enough.
She doesn't know you guys are married yet. Okay. We do have 2 other players as well. Hein couldn't make it this weekend. There just some things happened, and so he's kind of taking some time. And then we have another one named Ben, who is not from our school. Actually, Fahad was the one that went ahead and met him and added him into our group, and he's also going to be new to D&D as well. Hein will be new to D&D as well too. So we've got a good mix of newbies and veteran players. This is wonderful. Okay, so you guys got a chance to look at the PowerPoints, right? Yeah. Any questions from that? Yes, Dale.
With the angel race, with the spectral wings, are you able to temporarily fly? And once you get to a certain level, once you get the spectral wings at level 3?
I believe so. Well, we're starting at level 3, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
We'll be starting at level 3, yes.
Are we able to choose
Yards?
the class that's not there, like
AMAR.
sorcerer or anything like that, or just within whatever was in the PowerPoint?
Yeah, but there is sorcerer within the PowerPoint. If there's something like a different level where you go into the subclasses and you find that it's not part of the core 2024 rules, just talk to me. We can work something out.
We can make homebrew stuff as well.
Yeah. We do homebrew some things as well too. So yeah, Tracy and Danny, homebrew just means that we can make it up on our own. Yeah. So then that way, if there's something that doesn't go along with what you want, then we can try and tweak it so that it does. So I know he was telling me about your winged elf. I was like, okay, we'll try and see if we can tweak it to something. Yes. All right. We are a snacky group, as you guys can tell.
Yes.
So the DM also snacks too, just because I am a very snacky person. I'm going to go through the rules real quick. Just some of these house rules. All right. Okay, with the first one, just being respectful of others, not only in being kind to others, but just when it is someone's turn, making sure that we're not talking over them or trying to take their spotlight. I know sometimes it gets real easy to be like, oh, I want to do this, but just be careful. Make sure that you're waiting until someone finishes, and then maybe even ask, is it okay if I can do this? All right, so then that way we're not stepping on toes, and we're also giving everyone a chance to speak. With crosstalk, just make sure we're avoiding that, especially because we are a bigger group. It's going to be really hard to kind of avoid that. What basically happens with crosstalk is sometimes that you might be talking to someone across or literally next to you, and that tends to be a little bit louder. And for me, I need to hear the person who is speaking to me. So if it's just a little bit of a whisper where we don't hear you, that's perfectly fine. But just being like, "Hey, Rob, what are you going to do next?" is just not going to be okay, because it does cause some communication issues with me. The other thing too is if you do have a question and you don't want to like interrupt or be rude, we've always suggested just kind of just raising your hand and just being like, "DM, I have a question." Which brings me to my other thing too, is if you are referring to someone, like for example with Fahad, if Fahad was referring to me as a DM, then he would say, "Hey, Dungeon Mistress, I have a question." If he's just referring to me as a person, he would say, "Hey, Kate, I have a question." It helps with not confusing characters, just because I know in our last campaign, we had a couple of people who would get confused about, wait, who are you talking to? Me, Nathan, or me, Cheery? So yeah, it does get kind of confusing. So it would just be like, "Hey, Catechus, I have a question for you," as opposed to, "Hey, Fahad, I have a question."
About cheese?
About cheese, yes. Meats and cheeses. Meats and cheeses. Swiss cheese specifically.
I've never met Jesus.
That's just how he's, yeah, that's how Catechus would say cheeses. This one, be accepting of a decision a character makes. Given that we're a big group, we're all going to have different characters with different personalities, and that means that they might make a decision your character may not like. That doesn't mean you, as, for example, Tracy, can't go ahead and get upset at Danny for making a decision. And then
You want to divorce me in a
But I feel like in character, whatever your character would do is, you know, their
Yeah.
reaction is justifiable, but
yeah,
never take it personally.
yeah, never take it personally.
Don't
Don't take your problems home, married couples.
or just take them home.
Did you hear Danny and Tracy are getting a divorce? Why? D&D.
So are Dale and Jackie.
All the gods
Yeah.
live together now.
Just roommates.
Again, it's okay if your character is a little bit like upset. That's part of the role playing, but don't take it personally. And especially too, I know sometimes in our last campaign, people would check in on each other. Like Ashley and Natasha would always just be like, "Hey, it's just me being Mercy," or "It's just me being Alicia." And they're like, "It's fine. Just that's just in case you feel that way. PvP, player versus player. That is something that can be a possibility. I know there are some campaigns where they don't allow it because they don't want conflict. So long as it isn't something where you're going ahead and saying, "Hey, I want to kill this player's character." Try not to go for that because that's going to definitely create some messy situations. But if you're like, "I just want to slap him upside the head because I think he made a stupid decision," that's fine. That's perfectly fine. And I might even have you roll damage to see if it does any effect. So just keep in mind, don't get too vengeful with your PvP. So.
Presents while they sleep, you know, that stuff's acceptable.
Just while I sleep. Oh God,
Wait,
Nathan.
what'd you say?
All I heard do stuff in their sleep, and I'm
That's
like,
how
"Oh
I
God."
Hits them, wakes up at half health. What happened?
Yeah.
What next to my pillow? Squirrels.
Pink eye.
Nathan's getting
Why do
itching
I have
powder.
it?
Poison debuff.
Oh my gosh.
Food, as you can see, is very much allowed. If there are any dietary restrictions, just let us know, so then that way we don't bring it. Like for example, Nathan, shelf food, right?
Shrimp.
Just shrimp? Okay. Be careful with metagaming. Basically what that means is if you know something that, as a player, that someone else's character is doing or saying or knows, don't go ahead and be like, "Well, I know that that's true, so my character knows it's true." If your character is not there, you can't go ahead and say that. That tends to be a very hard thing for some players to kind of work through. But just be careful, and we might even remind you, you weren't there, you don't know, ha ha ha. Too bad for you kind of thing, so.
Okay.
Or even just like what like characters share with the other members of
Yes.
the party.
Yeah.
You know, like you might know something as a person, but your character doesn't know that.
Yeah.
The white
Yeah.
parents slut.
Did you tell everybody else this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I told you guys.
Did you tell everybody that the right lever is safety and left lever is orb of annihilation?
No? Okay.
You guys-
Orb of annihilation it is.
It's
Yeah.
totally safe, trust me.
Yeah, and even too, like I might explain something to your character, and you can choose to say that to your other players too. You might say, I just retell that to the other people, or you could just keep it to yourself. That's part of the role playing too, and that's got to be careful with metagaming with that. Sexual themes. If you are comfortable with having a sexual character, that's great. Nathan is familiar with that.
Those sex people.
And this one, he's probably going to go celibate.
In a previous life, I felt this way.
There's a disturbance in the force.
A more
Yeah.
realistic character.
Like like I said, it's perfectly fine. That's fine. So long as you're comfortable with it as well. We're not going to go into very much details as to what sexual activities you're going to go into.
Well,
You can
if
use
don't
your
wear a
imagination
condom,
for
you
that.
still get pregnant.
You can still get magical diseases.
I just think Aletta Kenny, if anyone's ever watched that.
Yep, but I don't know what you're referencing.
The ostrich.
I haven't seen it.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I haven't seen the ostrich one.
This is like a lost episode.
I heard you fucked an ostrich. It takes two to fuck one. How do you know that?
The big thing though with sexual themes, let's avoid sexual assault or rape. And rape, I should say, and rape, please. Okay? So please try not to go ahead and do that, otherwise.
Sorry,
One
Yeah,
or the
yeah,
other,
yeah.
but not both, guys.
one or the other, not both.
I know, I realize that as I'm looking, I go, wait a minute, that should be and.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Oh, yes, cellular devices and electronic devices. So, for the most part, Nathan, this one's directed towards me right now.
Pokemon.
He's
I'm
like-
playing
It's on
Pokemon Go.
silent, what are you talking
Where's your shiny charming?
So basically, with cellular devices and electronic devices, because we use D&D Beyond, obviously you're probably going to be using your tablet or your cell phones for that. That's fine. But try not to let yourself get too distracted by other things, just because then you start to like not pay attention, and then it becomes a lot of what happened, wait, who's doing what, and it gets kind of old real fast. We understand emergencies might be happening, so if there's something going on where you have to be by your phone, it's perfectly fine. But I'm not going to go ahead and try to take your phone away from you or anything like that.
Nazi dungeon mistress.
Yeah.
You should have an animal send a message and you call on. That'd be so cool if someone calls on their cell phone, like you're pretending like you're talking to the animal. Calls on-
Maya, how's it going?
Whoa, this crow's talking.
Maya
to
would
me,
not call.
She would hit ignore.
Nathan's the needy one in that relationship.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay.
Nathan won't get another cat because he's afraid he'll like it more than the cat he has.
Not afraid I will. I already know I will.
Not discussing work, yes.
Yes, this is the big one. No discussing work during sessions. I know we're all teachers and we pretty much teach for the most part, except for Tracy in the same department, that it'd be real easy to kind of bring up, and Jacqueline as well, that it'd be real easy to bring up stuff from work, especially because we do get frustrated or stressed or are tired. But this is our escape
Safe
from
space.
reality. So let's try to make sure that work does not enter into that safe space, that escape from reality. So if it's something that you're wanting to bring up because of issues that you have, try to do it before session, when we take a break, or after session. Because I understand there's some things that are on our minds that we really do want to bring up, but let's not bring it up during sessions. All right, distinguishing. Oh, I already addressed that. Okay, character secrets. If your characters have some secrets, you do not have to divulge them. unless you wish to. It is more than okay to have secrets. In fact, that's what makes the game so much fun, is if you keep secrets within yourself that you don't want to go ahead and tell others. It might be that you get to a point with your other characters that you might go, I trust them, I'm going to tell them. That's fine, but that's part of the role playing. You have to think of your character as kind of like a person. What would that person do in this moment? So just keep that in mind, and let's not try to, if someone tells you something outside of session that is a character secret and it's not in session, just remember, don't metagame, okay? Try not to metagame with that. All right. What happens if boundaries are crossed or discomfort needs to be expressed? So I will have like a little red card for each of you. If you're feeling uncomfortable with something in the moment and you don't want to bring it up, you can just go ahead and hold it up and say, this is making me feel uncomfortable. I don't understand why Rob is going ahead and hitting on this woman and she keeps saying no.
Ew. Ew.
So that's perfectly fine. That happens. But if that's the case, we'll go ahead and try to divert away from it. If it's something you're not comfortable with bringing up, like let's say Nathan keeps going ahead and putting his hand on Fahad's lap, and Fahad isn't sure. Let's say in this example, Fahad isn't sure how to say anything. You can personally message me, or say something in break time or something to go ahead and say.
Don't tell Maya.
Don't you dare flip that fucking card.
Let's avoid SA in and out of game.
Yeah, for real. That should be a given. All right. Any other questions with that?
No.
Do we have any questions about any of the species?
Oh, Minotaur. I was going to ask about Minotaur. Cause
Yes.
I'm debating between two different characters.
Okay.
I don't know what the party's comp is, so depending on what you guys pick. Because I'm basing them off of my World of Warcraft characters.
I'm a twerp.
Who have their own D&D backgrounds on World of Warcraft with that group. So, for Minotaur, what is the bonus for that? Because I was reading about the racials on the document.
Yeah.
Is it a strength racial?
Usually with
I think
Tasha's
it's
with
Constitution.
Tasha's and Mordecai's,
Constitution. It's a health check, so
Yeah.
they're better for tanking.
Yeah.
but usually like Tasha's and Mordecai's, you can put it yourself.
What do
They
you-
updated it like from their original rules so that you can any character basically you can choose where to put the
And I do have
bonuses.
both books, so then
Okay.
when you join in the campaign, you'll have access to all the books that I have.
Okay.
So
Uh,
just to let you know.
So like Tasha's Cauldron of Everything and Mordecai's Guide to the Multiverse or Monsters, I forget.
So when you go on the D&D Beyond, she's gonna set up the campaign. You go on it and you set up your character because she has all the books. You'll have way more options, and some of the options you can customize yourself. So if you feel like you want to make a Minotaur as opposed to him being tanky, you want it to be more of a glass cannon or something, and you can customize that yourself if you wanted to.
Okay, because I've never used this, so yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Well, that's why we're here. But
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
appreciate
And
Yeah, yeah.
that's the like the updated rules because like a while ago they let you just assign your stat bonuses for most playable races
I have a
instead
very
of being
greedy
set.
question.
Yeah, no problem.
So like, we're all champions in a campaign, and our ultimate goal is to work as a team.
not necessarily.
Not necessarily. It's not like very black and white with fantasy where it's everyone, you're all heroes and you're going ahead and helping to save the world.
Do you not have the alignment sheet?
It is with
It's
the
It's in there.
yeah.
So
it's,
so you can make a character
Mhm.
based on any alignment what you want.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
make the most evil, despicable character you want,
Okay.
but maybe your goals align with other
So
characters
it's
in
the
this
same,
campaign.
like you can
But the whole time
assume
maybe you
two
might
and
want to
one
betray
or
us
three.
or something.
Okay.
Oh, plus
But
one,
like,
three
we're
different
not
ones.
all appearing in the same place. Like, there's different.
We can do.
factions or.
I mean, the whole point of the campaign is we've all come from different places and somehow we've ended up in this
Dash
story
action.
together.
Yeah.
And the DM is going to lead that
Yeah.
story with us in
Because
it.
that'll take
Okay,
care of
yeah.
it.
And then the outcome is unknown, right? Like how.
Yeah, the outcome is very much unknown because we don't know if maybe like everybody might die or if everybody goes ahead and is able to accomplish the main goal that is there. We don't even know what the main goal might be because of the fact that the story can be different depending upon the choices you all make.
Mm.
Um, And you all, I was gonna say, you all have like different goals that you're going for that also get incorporated into the story, and that can affect the story as well too. So you have to think of it as like a whiteboard that hasn't really been filled in much yet.
And then like good and evil characters can even still have the same purpose or same end result. So like an evil person might worship an evil god that wants you to wipe out a certain village, but then the good people might have a different reason for doing it. So like their purposes can align for
Maybe that village has cannibals in it, so the good person will be like, we need to get rid of them, but the evil person like, I'm gonna get rid of them anyway.
Yeah, right.
Right.
And that, I think, is where the role play comes in the most. You play your character as you would. So if everyone's good, but you're evil, what would an evil person do?
But again, we don't know that you're evil, or we might know you're evil. Like it's not.
You just act it out. No one ever says, "Hey, you're really good and good." Mentality and everything.
Like to give you an example, in our last campaign, I think I was like more of a chaotic good character. So Catechus was just trying his best to do what he thought was good. But he just ended up messing every single thing along the way.
He's one who means well.
He must
That's
save these
what his
animals.
choices were. He
They
meant
killed
well.
countless people.
And Churi was sexually chaotic.
No, I was greedy.
Yeah.
It just turns out the sex was a bonus.
Now he just happened to get good rolls every single time.
Did he?
Yeah.
He
Yeah, like
He
nat
did.
20.
He would get a nat 20 every time he hit
He
on
got
the
someone pregnant.
Several.
I heard he got a lot pregnant. That was like one of the
That we
first
know
things I
of.
heard
That
about
we
it.
know of. That we know of.
Yeah.
I heard there's an entire continent right now that might be having his kids
Little
and his kids'
teeth
kids.
everywhere.
The other thing too is with the alignments, you might start out that way, but your character might develop to become some just because of character development. So it's not necessarily that it sticks forever. It could be that maybe at one point you do decide to make this like lawful good choice, even though you're chaotic evil. It's not like cut and dry that you have to stay that way, but it does define a lot of your choices.
And the same with classes. I started out as a thief, but then decided I wanted to be an artificer as my character progressed and changed. And that was the character changing too. So a lot of things can change how you want your character to be.
Right, so the story will just take you.
Yeah.
Do you
Whatever
do
you feel, yeah.
multi-classing?
We do multi-classing, yes. Yeah. If you do want to do more than one class, that is a possibility.
Like
Just-
class change or at the same
No,
time?
2 at the
Like
same
maybe
time.
you start off as a ranger, like you got 3 levels in ranger, and then suddenly you're like, you know what, I want to pick up a sword, so you put a couple points
Oh,
into fighter. Like,
Or rogue to get sneak attack?
Yeah. Yeah.
That always helps.
It's up to that person. So sometimes you might just stick with one, and that's perfectly fine too. Any other questions on species? Do we have any questions on classes?
Because we'll be able to read it once we're on here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Oh,
Then
for
yeah,
sure,
yeah.
for sure. Because I do also have all the 2024 rules on there too.
By me, what's everyone's classes that they're thinking right now?
I'm a barbarian.
I am not sure.
I kind of want to know what the campaign is.
Yeah.
I'm a barbarian.
Yeah, regardless, Rob's going to be a barbarian.
Considering he's been playing a cleric, he's like, I'm done healing people.
I am done healing.
I'm most
I
likely
was
going to
actually
be a
cleric
paladin.
or sorcerer.
A paladin?
I want to be frontline tanky with a bit of magic here and there.
So-
I don't mind that.
I like in my campaign that I'm playing, the other campaign I'm playing, I am a healer that doesn't heal unless bonus showing. They're like, do you want to heal us? I'm like, no, you look good.
Walk it off.
Yeah. No pain, no gain.
You'll level up quicker.
Take a short rest.
It builds character.
Character development.
That's awesome.
Your whole party
Okay.
starts limping because of permanent internal injuries.
Oh,
If you-
that's fine. I can
Alright.
cure that.
Okay. So the continent that you guys will be in is called Kanke Uala. It's going to be mostly Mesoamerican kind of civilization.
I should have
Inspired.
What am I doing with my life?
It's raining outside. It's hard in the wind. Yeah. So I did get a lot of inspiration from some of the Mesoamerican civilizations. So there's going to be a mix of like Aztec in there, Mayan, a bit of Zapotec, maybe even Olmecs, maybe even going a little bit farther south and going Incan. So just keep that in mind. Let me see.
Sacrifices.
Look at me for it. I'm looking for it.
All right, there we go. Okay, so the environment is going to be mostly jungle. This is basically the map of what it looks like. It is a bit more of an isolated continent, meaning that they've not had very many people from other continents come in. They've heard about there being other continents. They've seen one person coming in, a blue-skinned tiefling, kind of going through some of these
Beautiful as hell, and confident, smart. I mean, wow. I was
magic fingers. Yeah. So they are pretty isolated. It is mostly jungle. There are a few caves and some ancient ruins. As you can see, there are some mountains, some plateau areas, a couple of swamps, and definitely some volcanoes. So just keep that in mind. Now, with the creatures that reside on this, obviously you're going to have your typical jungle creatures, but this continent is known for its dinosaurs. So there are going to be dinosaurs that you encounter in this continent there. So some of the things that to kind of keep in mind, the crops are going to be pretty important because there are some kingdoms that have access to certain ones. Like for example, one kingdom has produces a lot of cocoa beans, basically. Sorry. not Coke.
Nice. I want to know you're going with something.
Cocoa beans. So like they basically have like pretty much a monopoly on that. So it's real easy for them to go ahead and have a lot of good trade with that. So it does depend because it might affect how some of these kingdoms might end up turning on each other or not turning on each other. Yeah. Going through some of the gods with this world that they believe in. Now, the two that are basically what are considered to be the mother and the father of the creation of this world, Sheldos and Artsotl. So Sheldos is usually seen in like depictions with the sun. He's considered to be quite hot-tempered. Whereas Artsotl is more of the mother of the world, and she's usually seen with the moon, very calm and loving. And please forgive me for any pronunciation because I cannot really speak Nahuatl very well. So anything I've pronounced is basically off of what I've seen off the internet. So, okay, and then there is considered to be a cat goddess, Felinia. Felinia has 9 gods and goddesses below her, but she's basically like the main god for animals, essentially. Mostly cats, but a lot of it does pertain to animals.
Turtle god.
Turtle.
Is there a turtle
We can
god?
make a turtle god for you if you want.
Yes.
Yeah, this is still a pretty big developing world that, considering that Mesoamerican civilizations have a lot of gods, that there is the possibility for there to be an addition of a god. Turtles? Like turtles. Yeah, like a tortoise, maybe.
The toys.
Sada one
Once
night
again.
formed the Big Turtle Island where turtles were born. What's happened?
Oh no,
So-
a giant turtle wandering the ocean.
Why do they look like Nathan?
Why
are they blue?
Well, yeah, like the
What did their
Asian-
character- Who's the father?
I think
Oh, yeah, that's
Who would have
true.
guessed?
That's what that's
And
yeah,
all
like the
references
it's
actually.
like a giant island
Yeah.
tortoise.
Yeah.
The
Turtle.
These are gonna be the 3 that are gonna be like the main gods on here. I'm gonna go through some of the like lesser gods that pertain to each one of them. So that, yeah, you're more than welcome to take pictures too, so then that way if you've got that.
This is my notepad now.
Yeah, there you go. Smart. Technology's
That's his notepad
helped
too.
us. Okay, those that are a part of Sheldos's gods. Zunith, who is considered the god of war and destruction, he is the one who had initiated rituals of sacrifices on this continent. Which, yes, there are going to be sacrifice rituals for each of these kingdoms.
I already know which paladin you are.
Ehias, who is the god of pain, and Omos, who is the god of revenge. Okay, so you can kind of see the dynamic of how Sheldos is with.
Sounds like a fun guy.
He's a real fun guy. You should hear about the war he started. Artsotl has Remdio, who is the goddess of healing. Xenius, who is the god of triumph and justice, and Olios, who is the god of hope. Obviously, with a lot of the conflicts that happen between some of the different city-states or kingdoms, they do either go ahead and pray to the gods that are with Sheldos, along with the ones that are with Artsal. And I can always send this PowerPoint to in the group, so then that way you guys can have it.
That'll help.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. One thing too that I do recommend, when we do start doing our sessions, a notebook. Because there's so much information that just gets
And if you
out.
forget it, you forget it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I treat it that way. I'm like,
So
oh,
looking
it doesn't
for
go.
others.
You forgot you had an item, doesn't exist anymore.
Or it doesn't just get used until later when they bring it up and it's like, well,
Thank
Too
God for
late.
Ashley, man.
yeah. Felinia's gods, her 9 gods and goddesses are cat gods and goddesses as well. So Zephyria, healing, comfort, quiet. Gatalia, chaos and clumsiness. Puskats. These are actual like names that Fahad sent me. Hunter and gatherer. Yeah, that's one I made up.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, a feral one, very feral god. Kathmandu is adventure and journeys.
Love that.
Lunaria, love and fertility. Tigran, a fighter, cunning fighter. Mauser, kindness.
Mouse.
Yeah.
Yes, I see what you did.
Belong, playfulness. Okay, so these, as you can see, have like different kind of characteristics that cats would probably have, but they just incorporated into the world as well. Okay, later on in the years for this civilization, after being introduced to, well, one kingdom got introduced to a group that came in. This blue tiefling kind of went around the continent talking a bit, even brought in a wizard that was able to kind of help out, get to know the people a little bit more. Then more talk of other gods coming in. So 4 mysterious and unknown gods that came into the scene, and this is what they view them as. By Hazer, who is known as a god of death. Meridia, who is known as the goddess of the sea. Malar, who is known Malar, who is known as the god for the animals of the moon. And Yasmar 3, not much is known about this goddess, but there has been things spoken about her. And then there is one who is considered to be like a mysterious man or some kind of mysterious cat man that's been whispered about as of late. Recently came to God powers and has slowly been whispered about, and people have slowly started praying to him. Yeah.
And then
Yes, Martha.
call on
Yes.
Nancy, who likes to smoke.
Now, I will say with the caves, there have been rumors of a cave where there's a bunch of like stone creatures that seem to have very raspy voices and seem to be big on mining. So not very many people know much about it, but they have heard rumors about this cave.
And the spellings may be off because none of us could spell this when we were taking our notes, so every time we shared it, it was totally different. The hard part was when spelling mattered, and we're like,
My character was illiterate, so he didn't know.
Yeah. Okay. Hierarchy and classes with this continent. For the most part, magic users means that they're going to have a bit more chance at nobility. But with each kingdom, there are just slight differences. For the most part, they are overall the same, but there are going to be some things that are just a bit different. Okay, the 3 kingdoms. Tezcatlan, Coatepec, Yashach. I didn't check to see how that's pronounced, but I apologize. I've been trying really hard to make sure that this is all pronounced well enough. But these are going to be your 3 main kingdoms, and within these kingdoms are different towns and cities that are a part of it, or forcefully a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one, Tezcatlan. Basically, they are conquerors. They do have a lot of gods that they have picked and chosen from different places that they have conquered. And they do have a hierarchy to their society. This one is going to be a bit based more on Aztec civilization, so there is going to be some inspiration from that. But this is the area that on the map that it covers. So as you can see with the temple up here, that's the main city. That is the main city there. That's not to say that there aren't other cities and towns around it. There certainly are, especially around in this area. With the classes, you do have the nobility, higher working class, a lower working class, and then the slaves. Nobility, you're going to see a lot more clerics, sorcerers, druids, paladins, fighters, and warlocks, just because a lot of them are going to probably be in religious roles, which is why you see some of the priests. You might have some of them that are military commanders, but you do see a lot of them usually placed in that role.
Just kidding.
With the higher working classes, because they are artisans, merchants, basically traders, you're going to see bards, wizards, rogues, warlocks. Warlocks are in any class, to be honest, just because anybody could potentially make a pact with a divine being. Lower working classes, that's where you're going to get your monks, your rangers, your barbarians, your fighters, and again, warlocks. And then slaves, because they tend to be prisoners of war or criminals, they could be any class. Slaves aren't exactly like they still have some chance to be able to get out of that, just because if they marry a free person, they're technically a free person. If they're able to show that they can do something like being an artisan or a merchant, they can be placed into higher class. So just keep that in mind. Question? You look perplexed, Nathan.
I hear music.
Music
that
is
my
coming.
head? Okay.
It's in your head, Nathan.
My head, one of these.
There is no music, Nathan.
What are you talking about?
There is no music.
The divine speaks to thee.
Coatepec is considered to be the central trading hub. This is going to be in more hilly plateau kind of areas that they've kind of flattened out into towns and homes and stuff. A bit inspired by the Zapotec civilization. So again, many gods with them too, and there is a hierarchy to it. A bit more cut in black and white with it. Either you're nobility or you're commoner here. And so a lot of the nobilities are going to be clerics, fighters, monks, druids, rogues, sorcerers, wizards, paladins, warlocks, and bards. And then the commoners are going to be the barbarians, the monks, the rangers, those that basically are going to be used for construction or labor or anything like that, but also if they're able to read, then they could probably potentially be a wizard as well too. This society does have a bit more of a gender role specified. So the men you're going to find are going to be any class that they wish to be, but the women could technically be any class, they just can't really use it as much. But if they are showing signs of being clerics, wizards, any kind of a magic user, then they would be kind of bumped up just a bit into some higher roles.
Just a bit.
Just a bit.
Can't put women too high up there.
In that society, yes. And then our last kingdom is a very conflicting kingdom, meaning they're constantly having turmoil and fighting over who's ruling over the whole kingdom. So there is a lot of conflicts within. So anytime like a ruler dies, you might find that there's going to be some battles and wars. Yes, sir.
So it is like not like a city-state kind of thing.
It is very
actual ruler over.
There is an actual ruler over it. I mean, there's actual rulers over each one, but there's going to be, with this one, there's going to be like a bunch of different rulers that are trying to take over the spot whenever possible. Yeah, so this one's going to be a bit more based on the Mayan civilization, to be honest. This one has inspiration from that. Again, many gods and a hierarchy where it's nobility and commoners, and then those who are slaves, who, again, prisoners of war, criminals, unwanted children in the society, and they can be any class. Yeah, I know. When I read that, I was like, nobility, again, very similar to what you see in the other ones, and then with the commoners, you see, again, with the other ones as well.
Looks like I'm a commoner everywhere.
Okay, so here's the plot of where we are all going to be beginning. So Tezcatlan wants to strengthen their alliance with Yasha. I think I said it right. By having their princess marry Chokolna, who is a prince basically of Chokolna. Sorry. With this alliance, they're going to offer up warriors to help them have this reigning power over the kingdom. And so people from the three kingdoms have come to celebrate in the ritual of the wedding ceremony, which is going to be in the city of Mitlanhuaca in Coatepec, so that trading hub kingdom. They're all meeting in that's basically center for them. And also because no one trusts the other kingdom to hold it because they might feel like something's gonna happen. So this is basically where everyone is going to be starting, is coming in for this, either already being there or coming in, traveling, and just happening to be there. You decide what happens. You could either already be there, traveling specifically for this wedding, or just happen to stumble upon this wedding ritual ceremony that's happening. So this is basically the premise of where we're going to be beginning, is a wedding is happening. Marriage.
Marriage.
So keep this in mind for when you do your character creation. I know a lot of you've already kind of put ideas into your own head, have been letting me know about it as well. If there's anything that you feel you want to add in or incorporate or kind of birth into this world, that's fine as well too. I can always go ahead and see how we can incorporate that. Keep in mind, this is very flexible with storytelling as well. Yes, we have some parameters to it, but those parameters have a lot of flexibility to it. All right. What questions, comments, or concerns do we have?
Do marriage ceremonies involve human sacrifice?
Guess we'll have to find out. Roll a history check or a
The
religion
royalty
check.
are all halflings. Aztec civilization remember halflings.
Is that Habsburgs?
Rob chooses to be a turtle. Unfortunately, turtles are the ones that get sacrificed.
Turtle soup is very
Turtle
common
soup.
Asia.
Turtle soup is served for dinner.
Rob wakes up,
In a
shames the
pot.
altar.
To be honest, one of these three kingdoms are cannibals. Just to let you guys know.
Are they turtles?
Because if not, I'm good. If not, I'm good.
So yeah, this is our world. This is the campaign, and you guys are getting to create the story. So
It sounds really, really exciting. I love all the names. It's a very overwhelming. I'm trying to take it all
it is
in.
overwhelming.
But I'm trying to just like not ask any questions because I'm like, wait, let it soak in. Just kind of try to remember the names real quick.
Like I
Sounds
said,
happening.
I can send you guys the PPT.
Yeah.
So then that way you guys can go ahead and take a look through it, take a look to see, take any notes that you might want.
Yeah.
Just keep in mind, again, because it is such a very polytheistic civilization, that there is the possibility of other gods being incorporated.
Yeah.
Do we have to keep you updated on our backstory and stuff like that?
Yes.
Your character sheet will.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're gonna be
If you
yeah.
incorporate that into the character sheet, yes. I know sometimes it's a little bit harder to incorporate everything, but I do often take a look at that because you might have someone like Nathan who changes it every 5 days.
Is
Yeah,
your
good.
sheet available to everyone or just to you?
Just to me. Just to
Just
me.
the DM.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
I think that's the exciting part is
Does the
being able
team
to
have a
communicate.
character?
I am all the NPCs.
Okay.
Yeah.
She
No,
gets
no
to,
one. Just
Yeah,
the
she's a puppet master. She
right.
controls
Yeah.
all the things we come up against.
The best
Including
is
our
trying to get her to
mistress.
have conversations with herself. I mean, the guy like, can you ask him to do this? And then she has to do voices for everybody.
And
That
like,
was
fuck you,
always
Nathan.
remember to always ask for names for every NPC you come across.
Are any of the countries like prejudiced against any kind of like class
Race?
or race?
Well,
like,
class it already shows that there's different status groups. So they
So
are
very likely.
prejudiced
Yeah.
against class.
But
Race
not
is
Well,
class.
race.
different.
I mean race.
It's a possibility.
Well, no one to with that.
Well, But if we're already
We'll find
starting
out.
in the
That's
city,
what I
How
was
do they
gonna
feel
say.
about-
Like, what if you want to write it in like?
because we're already in the city, we already
It's
should
right.
be able to see it.
Are you asking if
I'm like,
well then
trying to
if you
find
grew
out
up in
about
one
that.
of them,
This
you
is
probably
these
wouldn't
people and
experience
these people.
much like prejudice except
Unless
for
you're a slave.
maybe the class. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Unless you're one of the hated races and you grew up there, being hated. Good pro-tag story.
Heel slave, remember?
I grew up in the
I
South.
have a feeling that is what I'm trying to
It does happen.
South of the island or the south of the Carolinas?
right
Yeah.
now.
Oh.
Keep in mind again, anything that you feel might be important, it might be important. If you feel like it's not information that you think is substantial for your character, it probably is. And it can probably be useful as well. Okay?
Everything developed into.
Plus, any information you have for your character and you tell her, she can develop that into the world.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like, if there's any important people in your backstory, give them names.
Yes, please.
That's really cool. I love that.
Yeah, that's
Yes, please.
So possibilities are really endless.
Mhm.
That's what makes this fun.
Yeah. Like if there's like a certain like for example, he was looking for a certain person at the beginning of our last campaign, and he named that person, and he was like, you know, all this is all I know about him. I'm just told to look for him. And so I had the creative freedom to like create that character and his personality, but I already had a name and an idea of the class and all sorts of things of what he might
That's
look
the
like.
name you chose.
What, Annabis?
What?
Cannabis.
Cannabis?
Annabis.
Yeah.
The nine
Cannabis to
man.
cannabis.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised
What?
if Annabis was into some weed.
Annabis the cannibal.
But you can also be just as specific too. If you feel like this
Annabelle.
person is very strict, was always hard on you growing up, then you could be like, this is how it is. Because we had Ashley's character Alicia had like a bully when she was growing up, and she specified how she was like the runt in her class for her town, and she got bullied a lot. And so that was an opportunity for her character to come in and just beat the shit out of the bully when she had the chance. It was a pretty epic fight.
Was her bully a leveled
Oh,
character?
she told me about that.
Okay, I was thinking just imagine her beating up an NPC.
No.
Like a village village.
This is a barbarian town, so
Okay.
They were very much like fighting constantly.
Just imagine her coming in and beat up a 5 HP village.
Yeah, you like that, don't
This
you?
is for all those years.
I mean, that's a possibility, you know, if there's a bully and all of a sudden they're not actually like a big fighter and you just come in and you're like, they just knock down. NPCs can get easily knocked down sometimes, and they may not get back up. So,
I like that.
You can always choose to do non-lethal damage.
yeah, but you have to specify. If you just want to knock them out, say, I just want to knock them out.
Slap them or knock them
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. That way, when you do your final blow, they're still breathing. They're
So
not.
in combat, the whole idea is to get them from full HP to 0.
Uh,
Before they get to 0, you have to specify whether you want it to be lethal or not. If it's lethal, they're never coming back.
Gosh,
Well,
no, they're gone.
Unless you specify non-lethal, it's always lethal.
So yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We need to remember
Yeah,
that.
you gotta specify if it's not.
So if there's like let's say we're all on a mission for something and there's a very important character and we're fighting this character, maybe those of us who are evil would want that character to die, but those of us who are good would want us to knock them out or interrogate, and we should like specify what we want. Otherwise, if they're dead, that might change the whole story and we go a different direction.
Or like
Yeah.
creatures can get like mind controlled. Maybe like if Nathan's mind controlled, we just need to knock him out so he's not attacking us.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you mean. It's non-lethally hit him.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is again with characters too, with what Fahad said, you know, you might say, knock him out, I want to interrogate him, but like an evil person might say, nah, I feel like killing him, and that's your choice to make. You could be like, nope, kill him, and because we had Mercy who would sometimes do that.
Oops.
She was
Slip
like,
of the
I
hand.
don't care, they did this to me.
I just
They're rotten.
oh, my hand slipped.
Yeah, so again, it's very open as to how you want to make decisions based on your characters. That's what makes it such a fun game is
Yeah.
the dynamics along with the storytelling and the way that everyone handles it.
And the role playing is fun. When you play your character as your character is, it adds more to it. my character was not a fighter. So every
He was a
time,
lover.
Where the hell were you?
Yeah, every
I
time
did exactly
every time we were in
what
battle,
you
we kept
said.
running away and
I
climbing
did.
the trees.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
Yeah, everybody was always like, there goes Cheery, he's running off again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then again, that goes with his character, you know, so.
He ran to another continent.
Everybody died. I didn't. Go figure.
And then mine was the opposite. Like even if the situation was hopeless, my character would just run inside regardless of if he was gonna die, which he died like 5 times.
Started it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would half the time he started it.
So did you get experience from having sex then? Is that how you leveled up with the rest of the
That's what determined.
Bonus experience.
Yeah.
Popped up
How
for the
long
rest.
does your stamina hold out?
He got a lot of extra experience from the threesome that he
Yeah.
had.
Set the house on fire.
That's right.
Did you get experience for stealing Catechus' stuff?
I got to use it. He shape change and then like lose all of his items and we'd have
Yeah.
to pick it up.
So I was
We'd be
a
like,
druid,
"I'm
and
just
when
gonna
you're a
take
druid, you
this."
can turn into animals. But I made it so that when I turn back into human, all my stuff's on the floor and I'm naked, and I just have
Except
a
for
bow
bow
tie,
tie.
yeah. And I just forget.
Why the bow tie?
It just became a thing.
Specifically the bow tie only.
Yeah, it was just a thing. Yeah.
That's funny.
What
Would-
other?
Would they fall where you first shape changed?
Yeah.
So not when you came back,
So
just
you
where
had
you
to
first.
pick it up and bring it. So you know. So
Well, sure, you have to bring it up,
through
pocket some of it, and then give it back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Annabis gave him a nice little 1,000 gold. That's mine.
What gold?
Annabis gave it to him. I had to steal it from Annabis, and then Alicia just she tried and failed.
One thing I will say, even though there are classes, I do not bother with paying money each day for that class. The D&D, the rules do have it so that if you're like noble or like commoner, that you have a certain amount that you pay each day just to live that lifestyle.
Yes.
I don't, just because I think you and I talked about this, Rob. At some point, you end up having so much gold later on in the game that it really doesn't matter.
Do you do gold with encumbersome? Encumberment.
I don't think we ever got to the point of being.
We didn't do that.
No, we
We
didn't get
always
to that
had
point.
bags of holding.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like that's the thing in my current campaign. We're
If
like,
it gets to that point, yeah, because that can affect how slow someone might be.
I have 37,000 gold coins in my other campaign.
Wow.
We're in a dungeon and can't spend anything.
That's your other campaign. You're starting with 30 gold, I guess.
Yeah, no, but I was just saying, like, it's all in a bag of holding.
I'm
So,
messing with you.
can you imagine carrying all that?
Yeah, clink, clink, clink,
We're
clink,
always
clink.
like, let's go buy metal. Here's a box. It weighs 10.
Do you have magical items for sale?
What was the other thing I want to
Maybe
say?
I can
Oh,
show you an example then.
one thing I'll go into D&D Beyond next because I know maybe some of you have not used that before. But one thing I also wanted to bring up is we do kind of like homebrew a couple of things with rules. I think with the rules when it comes to like rolling a 20, we call it a nat 20. And that means like really good things can happen. Often I've heard that it specifically for the rule only works for attacks. But most people homebrew it to where it works for any kind of ability check as well to see if you can do something well. But with attacks, if you do roll like a natural 20 when you go to hit, it doubles the damage that you do with your dice. I homebrew it to where if you have a natural 1, so if someone's trying to use magic on you and you have to roll to see if you'd be okay, if you roll a natural 1, you get double the damage done.
Ooh.
Oh, you're like extra on that.
Yeah, because it's essentially like a lot of the damage. You can't hold it back.
Like I meant to dodge to the left, but then
Yeah.
I step right into there.
Yeah, exactly. So you take the full force, yeah.
And more.
Yeah, and more. And to be honest, I forgot about it until Fahad brought it up one time, and I was like, do we really have to? Does that mean this player's character is going to die, and she's not even here to witness her die?
Oh, no.
He's like, yup. So yeah, I do kind of do the complete opposite.
Do you do roll for emphasis?
Let's roll for emphasis.
So sometimes, you can have an extra 20. Is there an extra roll to see like how well something succeeds? There's something that Brennan and Mulligan did.
So what do we do?
Um,
Every
Someone
time?
searched it.
Like our dice. We need the dice.
D&D Beyond has virtual dice too.
Okay.
Personally, I'm one that does like physical
She's a
dice.
dice gremlin.
I am very much a dice gremlin and goblin. I love dice. And my husband won't let me buy any more because he's mean.
He won't let you buy anymore, but other people can buy them for you.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Alright. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah. So if you know you forget your dice one day, it
I have
has it on
plenty as
here
well.
as well. Yeah.
Huh? Those are all mine.
Oh, you're rainbow.
All in it. Rolling with emphasis is a mechanic introduced by Brendan Lee Mulligan where the player is prompted to roll 2d20s and take the result furthest away from 10, which increases the likelihood of having a swingy results, which means a higher likelihood for either a natural 1 or a natural 20. So if you get a 15 and a 2, you would take the 2 because it's further away from 10.
Oh.
So like 10 would be the most natural thing, and rolling with emphasis is like, so you're taking one further away from a normal result.
I didn't think about that one. That sounds fun.
It's a fun one, just to make things more like dramatic. And then did you see the one I sent you about the deception?
I have not.
I'll
take a look at it later.
If you already have like
but-
ideas for your characters, just let her know. She'll kind
I'll
of
take a look.
No, it was a good thing about like just deception and persuasion, and not telling what the other person's rolling, so they don't know if they're lying or telling the truth.
I usually just say do a deception or persuasion, whichever one you're doing.
Yeah.
I don't say anything. That's what I do.
So that even so they don't know the result, just the person who succeeded knows.
This will be the interactive character.
Or you can convince the character to remove a curse. You
So Pawpaw,
pass
that's a
the
Pawpaw.
lets you pee on.
Oh, that's the papa one.
Yeah.
Totally
Oh, yeah, I was
awesome.
like, what am I looking at?
It's awesome.
It's cute.
Let's go ahead and take a look at D&D Beyond.
This is being
As you can see, this is going to be what the website looks like. If you have the app, it'll just take you straight into the different components. Personal preference, I know Rob and I talked about how we like using the website more when it comes to our character sheets, but if you prefer the app more, that's fine too. It's personal preference. There is a difference as to how they set it up.
Mm-hmm.
Let me turn to the side of it. So, let's see. When you go to collections, now this is a free app, so just keep in mind you're not really having to worry about paying anything. I do pay for a subscription, so then that way I can go ahead and allow you to be able to get books accessed, because I have purchased books on here, and it does allow you to access any kinds of items or any classes, subclasses, any different kind of species as well. So don't ever worry about having to buy anything. Just let me know and see if I already have it. But here, you are usually going to be limited to, I think it's 3 or 4, 5. I have unlimited because again, I'm like paying for the subscription. So when you go in, you're going to be creating your character. Here's some of the things that I want to make sure that you have ready on here. So first of all, just go into standard. For the most part, just go into standard. Internet's slow. Okay. All right. Here is where you'll type in your character name. Otherwise, it'll just show up as your username's character. So don't forget that part, because I often do that a lot when I'm creating my NPCs. Please make sure that you've got homebrew checked, because that'll allow you access to some of the homebrews that either I make or that I go ahead and use off of the D&D community. Otherwise, you're going to be looking and you're going to be like, okay, it's not in here. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So that's a pretty important one. If you don't have that clicked, please make sure it's clicked. We are going with the core rules. I would try to avoid the 2014 one just because you're going to end up getting a lot of doubles. They do say legacy on it, but just to make it easier for your visual, just try and click off of it. If it doesn't bother you as much, then don't worry about it. Again, yeah, legacy and non-core are going to be down here too. So I would just go ahead and click off of that. Just keep it to the 3. Expanded rules allows you to go into those other books as well. With this, I go by experience points.
Leveling up is
You
the
said pick
best
custom
feeling
or
in the
pick
world.
simple? You say custom?
Custom. Yeah.
Mine says custom.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will go ahead and give you experience. Please always remind me at the end, so then that way I can let you know. Because it is a bit of a bigger group, I certainly will try to make sure that there's a bit more experience to divide up amongst you guys. So that way you guys are leveling up quite a bit. He's already starting to get experience hungry over here.
I am too. We're on milestone in the other.
Oh, really?
Oh, that sucks. I hate milestone.
Some people, yeah, I know. Some people prefer milestones. Some people prefer experience. I like experience just because it's easier. So that way when my players say, "Oh, we leveled up," it's like also a fun thing.
And
for me
also you
to
can always be
level
like,
up.
okay, we did this, could you just chuck an extra 1,000 in there, please?
We is actually just Fahad. Hit point type, just leave it at fixed. That way it'll go ahead and just do it for you. That way you don't have to do any math either, any extra stuff. Use encumbrance. Ignore coin weight. There we go. I've got it set up to where it ignores coin weight. Otherwise, okay. And please make sure that you at least have it either on public or campaign. If you do it private, I won't be able to really see it very much.
Private.
Okay. Yeah, most of these are going to be set up for you from the beginning. All right, here is where you go into the class. These are going to be the core ones, and then a couple down here that are a little bit different, but we'll try to stick with the core ones. What's really nice about D&D Beyond is if you click on it, it'll tell you a bit more information about it. So it'll tell you what the class is, it'll tell you what would be the things that you want to make sure that you have higher of. So please make sure you take a look at it. The hit point die is just anytime your character levels up, it rolls a d12 for you and adds that on top of it. So it does the work for you. That's what's really nice about D&D Beyond, is it does the work for you. Okay, now the primary ability is strength, so keep in mind your primary ability or abilities, because when you go into putting in the different fixed points, you're going to want to make sure that those fixed points go to where you want it to go. Or not. Maybe you are a barbarian who sucks at what you do, and so you don't really have much strength. You could do it that way too. All right. Let's say I'm going to go, let's go simple with barbarian just because that's a simpler
Would you hit the
class.
settings to get rid of the
So when you go into it, please make sure
books that you don't notice?
that you are at level 3. And yes, level up. It will go ahead and match you up to where you need to go. It'll do the HP, as you see, it went ahead and did it for you. And anything that has that exclamation point is what you get to choose. So, for example, the core barbarian traits, it'll go through what you can choose for your skills, what skills you'll be good at or better at. For example, animal handling is how well you can basically interact with animals. A higher chance of, I want to pet this dire wolf. The dire wolf either goes ahead and lets you or it growls at you. But the animal handling will give you a better chance at that. Or at handling a displacer beast that's in her PMS stage, and so it'll give you a better handle at that. So yeah, just keep in mind that this is really good to help you with that. They also give you details as to what you can already do. So keep in mind that it not only gives you the detail, but sometimes it might tell you with each level that you level up that it might go ahead and get to this stage. Any questions as you're reading your different classes stuff? Did you have a question? Go ahead.
Yeah, Arcana for a sub ability for is there a place where it says what the Arcana does?
Magic.
Anything
Knowledge.
magic related.
Anything magic
So
related?
I would be able to cast it if I choose that as a core druid talent.
It's not. It's
No,
so
no,
it's giving
Arcana
you.
is like you're doing magical checks, so
You're better at it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're more likely to get a successful cast.
Yes. It'll bump the number that you get a +2 higher.
For druid, you want
Because animal handling looks pretty good for druid.
I'll show you my old druid character. And I'll tell
Perception was always good.
You. Oh, you want wisdom? You definitely want wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
And you want constitution. So if you're a druid and you turn into animals, the higher the constitution, the higher the HP of the animals.
Right.
And with wisdom, because you're doing a lot of concentration spells,
Mm-hmm.
wisdom is better for druids.
Mm-hmm.
So would that be good
Wait,
then
why
with our
wisdom?
'Cause
Concentration
wisdom saving throws.
Concentration would be for a constitution check.
No, but there's a druid specific druid thing where you can change it to wisdom.
Okay.
Gotcha. And so I was thinking doing animal handling in Arcana then.
Go for it.
That's fine.
Whatever you feel like your character.
I mean, if I get a we
But
get
those
an
aren't the
army of
numbers, those are
squirrels
just
that come with us.
the skill
proficiencies.
checks.
Yeah, those are
For your
proficiencies.
class, it says you've got like as you level up, you get more abilities and
Yes,
stuff like that.
yes.
Where will you find those? Like
So-
to add them on?
It will, so if it's for your specific character, like your class, it will automatically add them
And we
to
put it
it.
to
Yeah.
level 3, right?
So like all this
Thank you.
stuff,
I appreciate
I was
it.
looking between those two.
So
I
you go
would
down here on class
suggest
features.
this is if you already
So
know
available
what you
at higher
want,
level,
but
you see
if you're
this?
still looking
this
at
is
what
all
you want,
available at higher
player's
levels, so it's
handbook
only like at each level.
tells you this,
So like
lays
if
it
I
out
were to
and
start as a
explains
cleric,
it
what would
a
my
lot
So first
easier
off, you're
than
getting level
just
three.
picking in
Like
here.
So
Because that's
when
what
it comes
we're
to the
starting at.
class then, should I wait to pick some of them
Yeah,
out?
you wanna add
or
them
wait till
all.
later?
Unless you know.
So you
I'm
chose your
just saying,
traits,
if
yes.
you have, you don't know, I don't know if I
So you
want
need
to
to
use
choose yourself
druid, a
class.
cleric, a ranger,
Yes.
Oh,
and you
okay.
wanna see them, instead of doing it right here,
Yeah.
it's better
Like
to
Oh,
use
okay.
the player's handbook and just
Yeah.
look.
I have no idea what to
It'd
do.
be under
You
the
sent out the
players.
link, right?
You
I
don't have to
haven't
do it
sent out
today.
the
Not yet.
Oh,
Today
okay.
is just like
So you don't have all the
options
options
yet.
yet.
Oh, okay.
Get that
That'll
do that.
When,
Yeah.
well, you can go ahead and
Just think
choose
about
that
what
and
kind
come
of
back later and change
Character
it.
yourself.
Yeah.
She'll send out a link and
I'll
you'll be
go
able
that
to
whole
choose the
campaign.
character that you create now
My
to
character
add
is
into the campaign.
Druid. So
Yeah,
a
yeah.
druid is someone
And that'll allow you to
Works
look
with
at some of the
magic,
other
nature
different
kind
kind of
of magic.
subclasses.
So you can just
Okay,
put like,
that's what
if you don't see what you want, you
one.
just put a placeholder,
Cherry,
you
his
come back.
character was a
Mhm.
rogue.
Because if you
He's
started
really
the
good at
character
sneaking
builder,
around, pickpocketing.
it already has your
Doing some
character
stuff.
within. So then
Yeah,
that
another
way,
girl,
if
she
you
was
haven't
like a
fully
female.
finished it,
She
you
used
can
a lot
still
of
join the
magic, water
campaign
magic.
and then finish it afterwards.
Alicia was
Yes.
a barbarian
There you
and
go.
fire, so she was really good with going, being a frontline character, hand to hand, using big weapons and whatnot. She
Yeah.
had a lot of
Yeah,
experience
barbarians are like
in armor.
the front line. kind of.
Listen, I love this ability from the 2024 one.
So yes, so just make sure, even though if it's not in the blue, just keep going ahead and looking. If you want to look ahead too, it does allow you to expand, so that way you can look to see what are some things you might look forward to, and then maybe that might make you go, barbarian
If you
is
wanna
probably a good choice for me.
if you wanna skip,
I will say, with
Is there a
magic
class?
users, especially with like sorcerers, you're opening up so much when it comes to different classes too, and the different abilities. Sorcerers, definitely a lot of magic that goes with it. Wizards, you have to keep track of the different spells you have
Components.
and the components and preparing which spells too. Clerics, same too. Just keep that in mind. Yes.
If we're doing a spellcaster, and we need, so like, there are two types of components. If you look on a spell, it'll have like one that has like a value, say 50 GP gold pieces worth of this, and it'll say like consumed by the spell. You need to have that every time you do it. But for like the small ones, like for like a fireball, that you just need like a piece of sulfur and stuff like that.
Like a cantrip.
No, like the combat spells that don't consume it, that just require a little tiny amount that you keep in the components bag. Would you assume that like when we, would you just assume that we have those from like going through the cities?
Yeah. If it's something
Okay.
small where, you probably picked it up.
It's like a leaf of this type,
Mhm.
or like some sulfur and whatever for, yeah.
But if it's like 1,000 gold,
Right,
yeah.
obviously. Like valued ones are.
Annabeth.
But yeah, again, that's for wizards, just because they aren't innate with their magic.
Well, that's also clerics. Like clerics also have components.
Oh, with the
What I
higher
recommend
levels.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
higher
Before
level.
you
I
look
see
at the
what you mean.
classes,
Yeah.
first think about what kind of character you want to be in general.
Yeah.
Then based on what kind of character you want to be in general, what kind of story you played in your head, then you can choose a class that best matches your character as
Yeah.
opposed to the other way around.
And I think too,
I have an
I think I think too, that's really good advice, kind of thinking about your
Exactly.
character. Now knowing the lore and some of the different kinds of places that the classes are, if you're still unsure about what class you want, kind of thinking about, well, what character do I want to play? Do I want to play a commoner that's trying to prove themselves? And maybe I can go ahead and play it like this. And keep in mind that the magic users may not always be already in noble classes. It might be that they don't. They aren't, they're commoner, but they're trying to keep it secret. So that could be a possibility for a character too.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, what is my rage damage bonus? Rage damage, there it is. You make a save strength either when I'm trying you deal damage to the target, you get a bonus to damage that. Oh, it's on the feature table.
I think it's a 1d6, 1d4.
No, I think it's a flat number.
Sure.
I think.
It depends
she always
upon
had
the-
2 points or something.
Yeah, she did up here.
Yeah.
There's 4, what's
Often to, which one?
what's critical role?
It's a D&D like
Podcast show.
podcast show.
And
No.
that's their rule.
They
Yeah.
create some content as well.
Yeah.
Blood Hunter, I'm like, compared to the one you guys always selected, but I see.
Yeah, like they created the Blood Hunter.
Yeah. And they just allowed it for free on D&D Beyond.
Nice.
I think because they did a sponsorship with D&D Beyond a few years back.
Wait, I've heard of it.
But
R2.
when she creates
Yeah,
a
they're on
campaign,
YouTube.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
when she creates a campaign, if you go on that campaign to try to create a character, because she has all the books, there might even be more classes in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just keep that in mind.
Okay. Yeah, it would be 2.
And subclasses too.
Yeah.
There are a lot of sub. The reason why I'm having you go to 3rd level is because that's where you can start picking a subclass for most of them. And then it basically goes ahead and has you choose a different kind of subclass. And there are quite a few. As you can see with this, there are expanded rules with subclasses with barbarians that I have access to. And when you click on it, it does go ahead and tell you a little bit more about it. Okay, so like for the Path of the Berserker, it's mostly violence.
You know,
Sorry, I just love that. Mostly violence.
Mostly violence. They choose violence in life.
okay, maybe it might be easier. You create a campaign, send the code to everyone, let them join, and then create their character on top of that campaign.
I have the campaign created, but I can't get access to WeChat right now. Yeah.
Because the Veep? Oh.
Yeah. We're currently streaming on the
Oh,
phone
yeah,
that has WeChat.
You know, laptop.
I'd have to, again, sign in through that.
Oh, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Wait, I could send it to the group.
Yes! Oh, thank you, Rob. Rob, the hero!
Alright, so guys, don't create your characters yet. Wait for Rob to send you the campaign.
I am
first.
going ahead and just kind of going through
Cancel.
D&D Beyond so that way you can take a look to see what are some of the different things you can do. So then that way you're able to understand the different parts. Character creation is so huge.
Yeah.
Sent.
So huge. So for it to be right now, it might take someone like a couple minutes and someone else like a couple hours.
Couple days.
Couple days in my case.
Good thing I asked for that.
Thank you. Background. Were you gonna say
I
something?
was gonna say, maybe I still think it might be easier to show where the player's handbook is to look, to guess. Like instead of going in to click each thing, the player's handbook lists everything to
The
read.
handbook does list everything, but if they have like, I'm saying if they have an idea of
Yeah.
what their character's class and stuff is gonna be, then they don't have to like, cause sometimes
Right,
having
right,
to
right.
go through
Oh,
all
yeah.
of that, it just makes it easier sometimes on here too. And preference, it could be also be preference, but the player's handbook, yeah, if you ever look at the bottom, it says sources, it does go ahead and tell you all the books that are available.
D&D. I see it.
Hair, turtle. Skin, turtle.
Background does have quite a bit listed on. I do have a lot of them within, including a few homebrew ones. If you need me to go ahead, if you can't find one that you feel goes along with what you are, let me know. I could probably find a homebrew, or we can even make one for you. So if nothing is going along with what your background is, tell me, and I'll just go ahead. Background is usually going to be like how you grew up, where you came to be with who you are. So, for example, like a merchant, it'll go ahead and tell you that you've gone ahead and had training in this. You've gone ahead and known how to trade with other people, to basically sell things, to maybe one day run a shop. And so you have different things that can help you along with that. But if none of that pertains to what you're thinking, then let me know. Especially because this world is a little bit more unique than what the world that they use for D&D books. Let me know.
So when they say like find more in the marketplace, what do we do instead? Just
That's to buy
buy.
books.
yeah.
But that would, if you need something like,
Let me know.
yeah.
Yeah, let me know.
Question, can nobody else but you can see like our skills and our,
Yeah, anything that's on your character sheet is accessible to me and accessible to no one else. Unless
I think
they-
there's a limited option of basic scores, ability scores or something in the group for the campaign.
Yeah.
Oh.
But she's asking, can anyone else see my character sheet in the campaign?
I was thinking, like, could like turtles be nomadic?
Can they be nomadic?
Yeah,
We can certainly-
like a nomadic tribe.
Yeah.
What would you put for that? Like a farmer, like a soldier? Like,
No,
there's
man.
no like nomad.
There's no nomad. We can take a look to see if we can find some kind of nomad on Homebrew or Homebrew it ourselves.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll search.
Yeah. And then here's where you can get like some of the different kinds of here, like down here with the notes. For your backstory, there's where you can add in notes. If you have anyone that's like a rival that I need to know about, you can add it in there. So then that way I can go, oh, interesting. Jacqueline's rival is Dale's character. So. And then anybody that might be an ally, meaning someone you might have grown up with, someone who was important to you, whether they're alive or dead. Yes, yes, sir.
So in my limited time playing like D&D 5e, just as a question, what is the recommendation on Shillelagh? Because that sounds like really good.
Shillelagh.
'Cause I like Shillelagh based on like I played it once like 8 years ago. I picked Shillelagh as an ability, but it seems like it's good for especially if you're not spec'd into strength. You turn that hit with a weapon. If you don't have,
Into
if you don't have any
Shillelagh's
spell
fine.
slots,
It's decent, yeah.
it
Yeah.
would be good for a different
Why
slot.
not?
Yeah.
Because that way, if I expend all my spell slots, and as a Minotaur, I get an extra. Could I use a clever quarterstaff? Because I do
Yeah,
go
you
into
need
the
to
action because
be
I'm
a staff or a quarter staff, innit?
yeah, because I charge into battle sometimes as well because I get an extra unarmed strike with my horns. So okay,
Yeah.
I'm trying to pick that as my extra for magician or primal order.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's a good one. And plus it's a fun one to say.
Shillelagh.
Shillelagh.
the Irish are here.
With organization, I would say that could be basically maybe what kingdom you're a part of.
Mhm.
So then that way I can get an idea of maybe some of the different background too that can go with it. And the other is anything else that you want to let me know. Personal characteristics is just kind of a way to help you to kind of hone your character a bit. I don't, because this doesn't really affect your character's character sheet as much. So if you really
Just for me
don't
to,
want,
like, establish
to establish
my
yourself. If you don't need to do that, that's fine. If you want to do that to help establish your character as much, that's okay too. I don't go ahead and use this as part of your character just because of the fact that that could change too potentially, considering the character development. Here you can go ahead and list off all the different things like age, weight, height, eyes, skin color, hair color. That'll help you to really kind of have a more finite character. It'll help us to kind of get an idea of what your character looks like. I think Danny shared with Rob an AI generator for characters that he came up with his
Oh, yeah,
turtle
yeah.
with.
It worked really well for mine.
So yeah, I mean, AI is out there for use. It's I know there's also, I think you were saying there's a site that also.
I was using Google Gemini. He was using ChatGPT.
Yeah, and I think you'd also mentioned there's also a site where you can
You wanna
pay,
pay.
for someone to do it
Like
too.
Fire, or like a what's that? DeviantArt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because sometimes even though AI can generate it real quick, it's not often the most reliable, to be honest. As
I
a
asked
DM
it-
who's had to create NPCs, I get so pissed.
That's what I asked him. Can you take away this? And it took away her arms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Forget anything with like wings, because then all of a sudden it like goes anywhere on the body. It's like, why is it coming out of the mouth?
Right. Oh no.
That's not what I said. At no point did I say it comes out of the mouth. Do you know what wings are?
If I become a friend with an animal, can I keep that animal? It says 24 hours is the duration.
So depending on like maybe if you do,
Checks.
he bumped into a
A
direwolf
direwolf.
puppy,
Mhm.
and he did an animal handling check a few times for it to end up liking it
Yeah.
or becoming
To
its pet.
Pavlov it.
I did. I set like if you can have each day like more, because there was a different kind of what was it, familiarity with Nala, so we had to do some different kinds of things, especially because he was bonded to it.
Also, if you get Awaken, it's charmed for 30 days.
If you what?
You can you can awaken animals to sentience.
Jesus.
The other thing I wanted to mention, if you have an animal companion, if you do decide to have an animal companion, keep in mind you are responsible for that animal.
It's rations.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with having an animal companion, to be honest. It does make for good stories as well. We can also talk about different kinds of bonds. For him, he had an animal that he had been bonded with since birth, and we kind of homebrewed this displacer beast essentially to the point where I was modifying it to be different than the normal stats. So let me know, because I can also do some homebrews of that too.
No turtles.
Please, turtles.
All
Now that you said that, please, turtles.
All turtles.
They all start being like, can I have him as a pet?
Not an animal.
Rob, where do you think you're gonna be?
I'm a turtle barbarian.
Yeah, he was already deciding that from the get-go.
Done.
I've got a picture.
Insight means
As soon as you.
us lot talking to a character and you're like, DM, I'll
That's
give you an
fierce.
insight
I
check to
love
see if
it.
this person's lying.
Can you go into your show?
If you have
Yeah,
a good insight
that's one of
check,
my abilities.
That's
she'll
awesome.
tell you,
Okay.
And if I do, I get plus 4 AC,
he's sweating, so he should-
advantage against strength and con checks, and disadvantage against dexterity checks.
That's pretty cool.
Perception
And I'm
Here
prone.
check surrounding
Is
the-
where, for, if you haven't joined the campaign yet, you're only going to be seeing these core parts here for classes. But once you join the campaign, you'll be able to go ahead and see all these different ones. If there's anything that you look at and go, is it possible for this species to be in the world?
That's pretty cool.
Then ask me, and I'll let you know. Because there's a lot. I'm still scrolling. There's so many, and there's homebrews too. From
Were spider,
Yeah.
were rat, were dragon.
yeah, there were some NPCs that I brought in that were some.
You can be were anything.
Yeah, pretty
Were
much.
tiger.
He became a were displacer beast.
What about a were turtle?
Were turtle?
I'm a were idiot.
What's
Were idiot.
that?
But like some of the were beasts have like an alignment, so like you can be bitten by a were, I forget which one, but they're like lawful good.
Right.
It's like you change and then they're like they do good things for people.
Yeah, even if you're evil.
Yeah, and then you could be good and be bitten by a were tiger, and were tigers are naturally
We're camping
like
for
evil.
night.
Or, you know,
Or were
in
rats.
this world, maybe there might be the possibility of making a pact with a god that might allow you without getting bit.
Or maybe you'll be blood sacrifice next.
Or, yeah,
Yeah.
a little bloodletting.
Uh,
Dark.
Like, they got dark.
Ooh, so can I can team up, so let's say, can I use 2 cantrips in consecutive turns?
No. One turn, one cantrip.
It's like a free ability.
Free spell.
Free spell.
You don't need to use a spell slot.
So it's like a level 0 spell.
Like it might be a little
Like anyone
fireball or
can do it.
mending, right?
Yeah,
So-
mending, yeah.
But like if
But
I
not
use
fireball,
Shillelagh,
firebolt.
and I'm like, hey, look at my shiny staff, and then I use Primal Savagery the next turn, which then
The next turn, that's different.
Yeah.
So does it wear off by the next
Let me
turn,
see.
Shillelagh?
If
Let me
it's a
see what
concentration
Shillelagh says.
spell, then yeah, if you do a different concentration spell, it would wear off. But if it's one where you just hit instantaneously, it'll tell you, it'll say instantaneously, then you don't need to worry about.
Shillelagh's not concentration, but it does last a minute.
Yeah, so then you don't need to worry about whether or not it
And-
lasts.
Primal Savagery is not a
Cantrip.
it's not a concentration either.
Yeah, the only time you ever need to worry is if it's concentration.
So does
The
it-
only difference though is like, so this would be like
because with Savagery like makes it grow claws and get sharp teeth, but like I also get with the Minotaur, I get the extra action with the horns and stuff.
Then that'd
as
be
a
cool.
druid. So if I Shillelagh and then I use on my next turn Primal Savagery,
Yeah.
that would give a bonus of corrosive like 1d10 on top of my
Yeah.
Shillelagh and my horn hit.
Yeah.
I don't know if it, but because the thing is like, so you channel Primal Magic because your teeth or fingernails sharpened. Would you? I don't know if that would go in the Shillelagh because you're using quarterstaff for that.
No, but he's saying
But-
he uses Shillelagh first, then Primal Savage.
Right, because remember my action whenever I charge in and I hit with my weapon, I also get the bonus when I charge with my
Right,
horns.
but
So I
would-
get to
But what would Shillelagh be the?
when
Because it's a quarterstaff instead of like your nails or I don't know.
right.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
so
yeah.
if I use my horns and my teeth there,
Yeah.
like on top of hitting with Shillelagh one turn, if I use the bonus action that lets me use my horns,
Yeah.
would that count with this cantrip?
If you've already used Primal Savagery in a previous turn, and then you go to do Shillelagh, it's not going to affect Primal Savagery. You're
Okay.
still going to be able to
Yeah,
use
yeah.
it. Yeah, because
Okay.
it's got a lasting effect.
So like you have to watch out for the spells that have a C next to them, which are concentration. And you just can't have 2 of those at the same time.
Mhm.
Okay.
And those are concentration are ongoing effects.
Mhm.
So it might say like a minute or an hour,
Mhm.
and then like you can cast other spells that don't have a C,
Right.
but you can't cast another one with a C. If you do, the first one's effect stops.
Unless you do it on purpose.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What was the other thing I was going to say with that? If you get attacked too, and you get hit, you might have to roll for a concentration check to see if you keep that concentration.
The spell up.
Yeah.
Which is the damage divided by 2.
I usually just see if you meet 10 or not.
Oh, okay, well it's usually 10 and whichever is greater, 10 or the damage divided by 2. So you get like take 50 damage.
Because we get 6 prepared spells, it says, and 2 cantrips at the start.
Yes,
Yeah.
if it's at level 3, yes.
Have you assigned your ability scores yet?
My points?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Okay, that might change because it'll change with your wisdom.
I'm so wise. I get 52 abilities. And I can't use any of them because I keep rolling ones.
So the first one was
Damn.
So, here's the ability score. We will be doing
this one.
point buy. So basically you get a total of 27 points and you can divide it up as much as you want. Obviously it doesn't have to like go ahead and say 8 for one of them. It can go up, it can go down. Again, you have to think about your character. Is your character really strong and uses that and is just not the brightest tool in the shed? Then that really needs to show there. That goes along with the character. If your character is, for example, maybe you do want to become a wizard and your character is really not that bright but is trying super hard. Maybe you might keep it mid if you want to do that aspect. Or maybe you want them to be very good at what they do. And then you do go ahead and try to put it into the different abilities. Your class should let you know what your primary abilities are. So if I were to go back to class here, when you chose it, it should have told you your, here, let me, how do I change? Let's just add another class. It should go ahead and tell you what it is. God damn it, never mind. Let me change, where does it change
Okay. Oh, it was when you chose it initially.
Okay, remove it. That's how I do it. Okay. So it'll tell you what it is. So for cleric, it'll say your primary ability is wisdom. All right. So that means that's what you want to have. If you want it to be strong cleric, you'll want to make sure that your wisdom is pretty high. You don't want to go ahead and max out. I would not suggest doing that, maxing out to 20, just because you might end up leveling up and gaining more ability points to do that. Or who knows what happens, maybe throughout the game you might go ahead and have something happen where it does increase. Last campaign, they were able to get a blessing from a goddess who gave them more constitution permanently. And it was like, I think, +2 constitution.
And we found books too.
When do we join?
Sure. I don't remember the. Oh, that was way later in the. Yeah, that was after her blessing.
Oh,
No, it was the very first thing.
whoops, that was
Because
interesting.
we were reading the books all the way from the
No,
first
this
one to
was-
the next thing. If you read it for 2 weeks or whatever, then you got the +1
Yeah. Oh, the
intelligence
books.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
you can get it from books as well too. Yes, tomes and stuff.
AOE area of effect spells that would affect all of us, right? We'd have to do
Yep.
a saving throw as all the players as well.
Though there are
If they're
some
in the
things,
area.
unless you're a sorcerer, sorcerers can use sorcery points to do that,
To distinguish.
to distinguish.
Okay.
You can also too, because I know sometimes with area of effect, it's instinctual to want to put it right on the person, but you can manage it to where some of your allies are not getting affected by
Like
it.
we're all here, the bad
Yeah.
guys here. You can put the spell behind,
Right.
so it still
Yeah.
hits the bad guy, but doesn't hit us.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Or you
Or
can just
if you want to hit them, you can too.
yeah,
And then do we
type Cyrus.
Oh.
Well, I was also inside a shambling mound, so
Equipment. Right now, just keep in mind that I am going to be homebrewing some equipment because of the fact that there's going to be some obsidian kind of equipment, and there are certain ones, like I'm going to have to do your trident, so that'll be homebrew, just because there's going to be different abilities and strength with it. Obsidian affects things in a better way. And especially with armor too. So if you go through and you just want to pick out the armor that's similar to what you want, pick it out. I'll take a look at it and then homebrew it for you. So
I
then
am
that
my
way.
armor.
Huh?
I am my armor.
Or you can be your own armor, yeah.
So we just send you pictures and stats directly?
You could, yeah, you could do it that way. You can say, hey, I added in some equipment, can you check it out and see if maybe you can modify it, or is it already good? Yeah, there you go. Keep in mind that a lot of the armor is gonna be more so like leather and hide and not very much with metal. Yeah.
And you can always edit your character, right?
Oh yeah, you can always edit your character.
What about like bone armor?
I'm listening.
Danny, so what about bone armor?
Bone armor. What about
Reminds me of
Like, you can't really. She's like it's mostly like hide and leather. What about bone? You want bone?
Boom.
I don't know about that one.
Cling, 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 cling as you're going through
I'm
battle.
just sound going to cave. I'm looking at faith here. I'm trying to decide faith.
You're trying to decide which god?
Yeah.
You don't have to.
You don't have. You don't even have to.
You don't even have to have faith. You could just be like, fuck the gods.
Yeah,
Okay.
godless.
I like that one.
Faith. Fuck the gods.
Plural.
What have they ever done for me? Kind of, yeah.
Like, okay, that's good.
Feel free to take a look at the inventory or your equipment. So here with adding items, there's so much you could add. If you're like, can I already have like a couple of potions, like just a couple of them in my pack already, that's fine. If you're like, can I have like 15 superior healing potions, I'm gonna tell you no. Because that's way too high and it's just not possible for level 3 right now. Plus it'd be a lot of healing points. So yeah, just take a look.
There's a lot.
There is a lot. You can always just go ahead and do it so that it's armor and based off of your proficiency. That brings it down so then that way you can see what you can actually use too.
Yes.
So does that count as 2 or no? 1, 2?
Which one?
Yeah, so for
No,
example
no,
here,
it's just
potion,
It's just double.
and then you could put in
Oh,
healing.
yeah, that's legacy.
That's okay.
And how many of these items are we allowed to put in our
I like that song.
inventory?
You could potentially say depends what you think your character would be. So if you think your character would already have a couple of these, then that'd be possible. Let me know. I might say like with the example I was giving, oh, I have 15 potions. I might say, well, maybe let's bring it down because that seems like a lot for your character to have. Because it seems like a lot. Just what you think might be feasible. Yeah. And if there's something that you're like, hey, I don't know if like maybe in this continent they would have like a bottle of acid or something like that. Can you let me can you let me know if that's possible? And I'll say, yeah, that is possible, or no, I don't know. It does get a little bit overwhelming to look at all of this. Yeah.
Sometimes I found also like items don't work as well on the app as well as the website.
Yeah.
So you said we can pick a faith even if it's not from the gods that are currently present in the world?
Like if it's something that you want to make up, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, for sure. Just because it's still very much a developing world, and this continent, theistic as fuck. Also, I do have homebrews of potions of mana. So for some of you magic users, if you want to have a couple of potions of mana already in there.
Restore spell slots?
Restore spell slots, yeah.
Couldn't talk there for a second.
That's okay. It's been a long week.
Did it ask for a race yet or no? When did it ask for a race?
Yes.
Did it?
Oh, oops. Manacles. There you go, Cheery. Or you're not Cheery anymore, are you?
Let me see.
Miss your phone talking. Hey, Cherry. Oh, how can I help you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's 3.
Other gear is gonna have just like basic stuff. So for example, a burglar's pack. Maybe you might have like, maybe not a carriage.
Damn. Yeah, I was gonna pull the carriage.
Maybe you might have like, an instrument. Instruments are gonna be found in other gear. If it's not a magical weapon, you can find it in other gear. There's a lot of stuff in other gear. If there's gems that you're looking at, let me know, because gems are pretty prevalent in this continent too. But yeah, that's something that can take some time to look through. That's something you can certainly spend some time kind of looking through, kind of deciding. It can be real easy to go, ooh, piece of candy, ooh, piece of candy, ooh, piece of candy. But then you start going, oh, this is going forever. So just be careful with getting sucked in with that. I'm going to go ahead and look into one of my previous characters to go ahead and show you the character sheet. Let me go with Vanuatu. Alright, so this is an NPC that I had from the last campaign. On the website, it'll look like an actual character sheet. D&D Beyond app will go ahead and just have you swipe to get to the different parts. But walking speed is going to basically be how far you can move within 6 seconds. So in battle, each round, each turn that you have is a span of 6 seconds. And so it'll let you know here. If you click on it too, it'll also go ahead and give a little bit more information about jumping. If you can fly, it'll tell you here flying distance. If you can swim, it'll tell you their swimming distance. Proficiency usually gets added into anything that uses that. So don't worry too much about what your proficiency bonus is. D&D Beyond goes ahead and adds in everything for you. Initiative is when you roll to see what turn you have, you add in that and it will go ahead and let you know. When I was saying, Tracy, that the dice can be on here, you can see if you need any of these dice. But the nice thing about D&D Beyond is if you were to go ahead and do, for example, an attack, you could hit to see if you do, and it'll go ahead and do all the math for you.
Nope. Doesn't hit.
It doesn't hit, no. Unless they have like an AC of like 1 or something. And so if it does hit, let me go here. If it does hit, then you would do the damage. And so the damage would come up here, again, would go ahead and do what is needed. And then you just tell me what it is. Yeah. That's what's really nice about this app. It
Does
does
a
all of
9
that. It does all of it for you. And it goes ahead and does it to where you have all the different parts to it, because in one turn you have an action and a bonus action and movement. And so it'll go ahead and have everything ready for you. What's your bonus action? Well, for him, he can only do 2 weapon fighting. Yeah.
Ooh, Danny, with yours might be with mine if you have a versatile weapon. It'll have 2 different things for the damage. The bottom one is if you're doing it 2-handed, and the top one is if you're doing it 1-handed.
Does it?
But if you,
Does this matter here? Or
The other thing
Or-
too, those of you that are magic users, you can find your spells here.
also.
And it'll have it listed there from the different levels. When you use one, for example, let's say he uses catnap, it'll automatically go ahead and expend the spell slot. So you don't have to keep track of it.
is that an actual spell? Or a homebrew?
I think it's an actual spell. Because I've never homebrewed this. It's from
Yeah, it's from
Xanathar's guide.
Xanathar's.
Yeah, actual spell.
The benefit of a short rest.
Inventory will show you what you have. Features and traits usually gets added into a lot of the different things that you might do, but it doesn't hurt to know them and to look back at this, because there are some things that you may not go ahead and be able to see in other parts. So for example, with dark vision, maybe it doesn't show up on something else, but here you can see, oh, I can see in darkness up to 60 feet, shades of gray. All right, so sometimes this is good to look through, because then it might help you with your skills and with battle stuff. And most of them do end up here too. So advantage against being charmed, and magic can't put you to sleep. This person has advantage, meaning that if they had to maintain concentration, they have a better chance of maintaining it. And then your skills, once you get done picking out your scores here, then it'll go ahead and automatically add it in. And the abilities that they ask you to be proficient in, they already go ahead and show you and do that too.
That's what the black dot is.
Yeah, it does it all for you.
And also, it's good to know what you're proficient in, because, like, say he's good at Arcana and proficient in Arcana. Me doing an Arcana check versus him doing an Arcana check is not the same thing, even on the same number. Because that's like me, a plebe, doing it versus a PhD student, right?
One thing I wanted to mention with languages here. Common in this civilization is not going to be the same common that is on the other continents. It's going to be very much so what they speak on here. So for example, if a character, like for his old character, comes into the continent and he starts speaking what he knows is common, you guys would not understand him.
Conquistador.
Conquistador of
So what are
hearts.
the languages?
What was that? Sorry.
What are the languages in the?
Languages usually with your species.
There's also a lot.
There's also a lot, yeah.
I
So
think she
mean-
means on the island. What are the like the
Oh.
kingdom's primary languages?
Well, there's like a common language for.
Yeah. There's not going to be
We're
any.
all gonna speak common of the
Yeah.
area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what the common is. Because otherwise, the other ones are going to be based off of like, can you speak with
Dragons.
Can you speak with animals?
Celestials,
Yeah.
fiends, abyssals.
Skill proficiencies. Skill proficiency. Like, what would nature be? Just like how to handle plants and shit?
Nature would be knowledge of like plants and
Yeah.
stuff, animals,
Yeah.
you know,
And then,
like their their dispositions and like behaviors, right?
so what's the difference between, because perception would be noticing, investigation would be actually to find a clue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
It'd
to-
be like looking at the ground versus digging at the ground.
Okay.
like you can see the trap.
So some
Can you disarm the trap is a different thing.
So some people might get like perception and investigation, so they can notice it and then.
Yeah, they might say, oh, do I notice something there? Yeah, it looks like there's a trap there. Can I see if I can disarm it? Yeah, make an
Okay.
investigation check, yeah.
Cause Acrobatics would be like
jumping around.
Mhm.
but that's different than athletics. Would be just like running.
So like, say I want to go and like jump across a gap, right?
Mhm.
She might ask me to do an acrobatics check to see if I can make it.
Mhm.
And also too, it might be that whatever if you've got like a detailed plan in place, I might say, okay, well first we need to do like an acrobatics check to go ahead and jump, and then you're trying to grab on. Let's see if you can make like a dexterity check to see if you actually grab on. So it might also be multiple things too.
And then sometimes you might be able to, like me, I'm like, can I do an athletics check? So like acrobatics and athletics can sometimes be.
Interchangeable.
I will point out insight check, just because that's a good one to use anytime you're suspicious of someone. Like if your character is like, I don't know about this person, you can say, can I make an insight check on them to see if there's something off about them? And then that roll can determine whether or not you're able to know or not. If you're suspicious and you don't say anything, then you'll just end up being suspicious for
What about survival skills?
survival skills are going to be something like, am I able to follow like this trail? Am I able to like determine what path someone might have taken? If you're in a forest and you're like, where did this animal go? Survival check can help you go.
Is this berry edible?
Yeah, yeah.
Perception would be like knowing if someone's lying to you.
Insight would be. Insight.
Perception is seeing there's a berry bush. Survival would be knowing that berry is poisonous.
Or nature. It could also be nature. As well.
Insight would be knowing that Danny is trying to sell me poisonous berries.
Or not.
Or not.
Or not. You might just go, oh, he seems like a nice gentleman.
And also, like, again, this is where like player knowledge and person knowledge differ. So like, because you know that you roll bad on your insight check, your character does not know you roll bad. Your character is just like a natural one. Oh, he's the most nicest, believable person in the world. Like, no matter what you think about your dice roll, that's what your character thinks.
What for this the generation method? Should I just
Oh, point by. Oh. Ability score increases. What are you?
Cleric.
Do you want to increase 3 scores and increase 2 scores? 3, it's the same number of points, it's just 3 scores will get +1 each, 2 scores will get a +2 and a +1.
Scores for what?
For
Oh.
Your like strength, intelligence.
yeah. So like,
Who is catnip?
if you.
Me, catnip.
Okay.
That's funny.
Your name's gonna be catnip?
I don't know.
We went from catechist
Like,
to catnip.
I actually have 15 here.
Maybe she's
so I
just a
get
relative.
Point by.
Yeah.
And then I get a 15 here, which is a +1.
Yeah, he was
So I did
catechist
a +2
meowicus
+1.
was his
Yeah,
name.
Yeah. So like if you do that.
I did a 2-word name. But
I'm trying to
I want
think
a
of-
4-word name.
So
because,
increase by 2 for your cleric, right?
Yeah, that's
We're
the
gonna do
Great.
is best, but like
That's what you
I
want.
want a 4-word.
Science.
And
You know,
then what's you have 4 in the yet, so what else do you like?
A 4-word
Got it.
name?
Alright.
Like a long name.
So now before we do that,
What's your first name?
by here.
I don't know. I just put
Alright.
catnip because like.
So you're gonna want to do
That's like
charisma,
that.
you want to do 15 probably.
How are we all feeling so far? Right now, it might seem a bit overwhelming, but
Just lots of details.
I just
to
feel like it's one of
add
those
in,
things
like,
where I
the
just
journey.
hope I learn as I go.
it is. To be honest, D&D is one of those things that you learn as you go.
15.
To know all of this before you ever play your
Max is
first
27
game
points.
is too much to ask for anybody, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like I don't even know what numbers to throw up. I'm like, you know what? Can I just
How healthy you are.
be
Like-
flat across the board?
Probably want
But I don't know.
You want to have a little bit.
So
Because that
roll
will affect your
character.
HP.
Tell me about your character and I'll help you. Okay. Who is your character?
So you have
Do I just say the character?
12 would
Like,
be a
give me
+1.
brief descriptions about your character.
So you get
Just
extra
like,
HP every
do,
level.
what class? What class? Is it something you want to
fighter, yeah,
reveal?
so- fire.
Is it something you want to reveal?
I don't know if it is something I want to reveal.
Okay,
That's the
then
thing.
don't say anything if you don't want to say anything.
Okay.
So we'll go with this one. This character here is a wizard.
Okay.
So they're gonna want to have more like wisdom and intelligence.
I'm
As you can
a
see,
meat shield.
I put charisma high because this character is actually a very
Because I wanna hide-
charismatic
that's what I
character
need
just
for
in
me,
general.
my character,
Okay.
right?
So
So-
that's
But
personality
if you do
wise.
15, you can
Whereas
say
like
that
the
you're gonna-
intelligence
your
and the
intelligence
wisdom
will
being
be
just a
low, your
little bit
dexterity will be
more
low,
than
your
just
shape will be
10
Oh, I see.
is something that's gonna help them with their spells.
Yeah.
And as you notice, the strength I kept at 8.
Okay.
Because they're too focused on using magic that for them to use any kind of strength would be not plausible or not feasible.
Oh, that makes sense.
They didn't grow up bulking up or anything like that.
Yeah.
And because of that, their dexterity is mid
If you look at
because of the fact that they're not as fast. They're mostly focused on their magic.
Gotcha.
this is a
Um,
standard
so-
score is 10.
And again, the charisma is
So
mostly because
You're
of
gonna
that
get
character's
plus
personality.
or
Yeah.
minus
He's a very
on
charismatic
your
character.
scores
Yeah.
on like what you do, right? When
I
you
don't
roll.
think I want to keep my.
So you're rolling a
character
D20,
sheet. I
right?
just realized it then, because there's no.
Let's say you roll
reason to
15. Okay.
From what you're telling me.
I mean,
So I think it's really okay to just say my character, right?
it's up to you.
Yeah, sure, fine. So then I go based off how I want my character to be.
You don't need to tell us your character, but looking at the stats,
This would
would you
be
say your character
plus
is
zero.
more of a fighter, more
Plus
of a
zero.
talker,
Plus 1.
more of like
Plus
a,
1.
Yeah.
a
Plus two.
mover? Like, how would you describe your
Plus
character?
3.
as well?
Plus 3.
And so,
Plus
like,
four.
if your character's
Plus
a
four.
fighter and you want,
Plus 5.
when it comes to situations, you
Minus
do
1.
actions first, speak later. You'd want to have a higher strength, higher constitution, because strength is
Minus
how
1.
strong you are.
Minus 1.
Constitution
Minus
is how
2.
much health you're gonna have. Whereas if your character is more like kind of
But what is
a
that
character that
11
talks their way
plus?
out of situations, you
Huh?
want to have more
Oh,
charisma.
that's a 0.
Or if they're more sneaky deaky,
Okay.
they would rely on maneuverability, they'd be more dexterous.
Okay.
Oh.
Is
Or
a
if they're
9
more
score
magically
minus 1 or
attuned, they'd be
0?
more wise and intelligent.
Gotcha.
I
okay,
believe it's no, it's -1. It's -1 because I believe it's even numbers that are always each even number is when we hit it.
But 10 would
11
be 0.
would be 0, 10 would be 0.
Right,
So 9
so-
would be -1.
8 minus 1.
8 is -1. Yeah.
7 minus 1.
7
Have
minus
you
2.
seen yours already?
I thought it would be when it was 6 because it's the even number.
Basically, start from 0
Okay.
and then go from there, going up. Each
Well,
time
because
you
I know,
hit.
well, 11 doesn't
So
go
you
up.
can see here.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if it was 9, 0, 10, 0, 11, 0.
Always 2. So it's 10, 0, 11, 0, 12, 1, 13, 1. So then it's the other way around going backwards. 9 minus 1, 8,
8 minus 1.
7
7
minus
minus
2,
2,
6
6.
minus 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these are mine.
Oh, this is so fun.
Say you have an 8.
What's up?
Your roll was going to be minus 1.
Nothing.
if
We
you
just
have-
found
Don't
something.
Don't say it. I'm the DM. I have to know.
Yes.
Oh, never mind.
So if you have an 8
Wait.
versus a 14.
So we said we're doing point by?
This 15,
Mhm.
yes, would become 17. And this, or if you have an 8.
So I took a little while, I was writing some
15 would
backstory
become a
stuff.
14.
No problem. No problem.
So, well, I mean, it depends on your flaws too, right?
Got a modifier
So if you
minus
have,
one.
like, I'm
That's a
not,
possibility.
my character has anxiety.
Strength?
He's not
For strength,
charismatic,
you
right?
choose.
So I have a
Right now
minus
it says-
1 on my
Here,
charisma.
let me take a look at.
I have all my 27 points, I just don't know how I end up with a -1.
Yeah, that's what I
Does each
chose.
ability say 8 right now?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so literally.
You need to use those 27 points. You haven't used the 27. So
Oh,
you could,
everything says minus
yeah,
one.
yeah.
So it's clueless. Well, you don't want clueless because you're wise, right?
Yes, yes. For
Okay.
But you're
clear.
not.
crazy.
Like she's very religious.
Kay knows what I am.
Like she's gonna be
You
an
know what
elf
he is
that's
already?
very
Right, but imagine
very
if
much
wisdom
like
and
that.
being
I just found out,
like,
like,
oh, this is
the highest
experience
you
being
can
with
go
someone.
on.
So like intelligence, if you want to be like that.
What are you trying to say?
I
You
think
could hook up with
ten.
each other?
Because you're not
It could happen.
smart. You're clueless.
Sounds like
right?
an Annabis thing happening. It's all a whole orgy.
Or it's like 5 to 5.
You would trick her into like robbing the bank.
Then, Kay, is this
And she'd be like,
different
yeah, for the
than a
kids.
dampier, or is that the same thing?
It's
But
what?
see, like wisdom is
Vampire
gonna like
and
prevent that.
Dampier looks like they're more of
Because
a
like
thing.
insight, remember?
Okay, so maybe not so.
Yeah,
12.
Dampier would be
Because if
more
you're
like.
rolling insight.
It's the difference
Well, see,
between
this
like
is also
Dracula
choice.
and
like-
Like, do you choose to roll insight? So you don't have your
Dave's
person
like,
might just
use
trust
the right
people.
reference.
Might be wise, but you might just trust people, right?
Yeah.
Depending on your background.
Like she's very trusting, gullible. Like,
Right.
That's a
So you
whole
won't be rolling
That's
a
why I
lot of
couldn't
insight.
find it.
Yeah, I put
I couldn't
survive
find
but
that.
not
What do you-
insight.
Right. Well, no, I think you automatically get. Well, because insight is based off
I think
of
what
wisdom.
motivated me, Kay,
So you're
was
already
like-
gonna get
was the story that you told me
plus 3
before.
for insight.
When you guys had in your last
Which is
campaign,
fine.
what happened,
Yeah.
and that really like encouraged me. I was like, well, that sounds like a cool angle that I can select my character.
Because
Yeah.
I really like.
you don't need
I need
11.
I already have one.
Oh, that's
Don't you want to do that?
because that's straight. Like, are you gonna be like hitting things a lot?
With my character.
Secretly, yeah.
Secretly?
It's okay, for the subclass, they only offer.
What does that even mean?
Role, like, do I just pick?
Oh, okay. No, that's fine.
Because you're good.
Let me take a look.
My husband. Because I looked up, the cleric can have some
Put it at 12 then.
domains.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's take a look.
Well,
I'll go into class.
That kind of makes you kind of like.
So the max, right now, we can only max out at 14, right? For 15?
I saw
We can go up to 20?
You can go up to 20 if you want. Okay.
The point buy is not allowing over 15.
Yes.
It's not?
Yeah, we have
Okay.
That's the point buy thing.
Yeah, but after you do the point buy, there's a ability score origin that'll let
Plus
you
2, plus
change
1.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then at level 4, you're gonna get an ability score improvement.
There should be more. Do you have, are you on the campaign? Do you have homebrew listed?
Yes, I chose it.
Okay. That's really weird, yeah, because there should be more. Do you mind if I take a look at it?
Yeah.
That's like a problem.
Okay. I really love my subclass feature for level 3.
I'm digging my Minotaur score for wisdom though.
You can. You're doing 14. Oh, so you're doing plus 3. You're doing wise.
I'm gonna be like, don't use that plant, it has poison ivy, you'll hurt your asshole. I'm so wise. What is up with your Jesus Christ?
What?
The degenerate?
What?
Degenerate? How?
What the fuck is this? Man said I can't get over
I'm
it.
a turtle. I'm a 500-pound, 5'5" turtle.
Hold up. That's all I said. I really tried to figure something this time. I'll say.
Hold on one
Yeah.
second, let me figure this out.
So you use the link, Tracy, right? You use the link.
Yeah. And it says that in the
Are-
different
Campaign.
campaign, yes.
It does say your name here. Let me check.
But look here. Advantage on dexterity.
Oh.
Because I'm a barbarian.
Oh, you press next after this page and that's where it comes up?
Oh, I'm done with. I'm finished with mine.
Oh, okay.
For now.
For equipment, do we just do all?
Let me see.
So,
Do you want to just do like the starting equipment?
and then from there you can how well you can
Yes.
how well you can dodge.
No?
I'll just take
How
the
well you can
Just take the gold.
So am I doing 9 of it?
Well, you're gonna need like a holy symbol at least
What's the holy symbol?
Wait,
to cast
so,
like your spells.
question. So when it comes to the modifier, is that the base score plus modifier?
Holy symbol.
Or because
Like you're probably gonna want a shield.
Modifier. And then the bonus will get added on to that.
oh, the bonus happens later?
So it's officially not, like, it should be added on, so then when you go onto yours,
Yeah.
it should be plus 3, plus 2, so then total of plus 5.
From the 7 or from the 15?
Yes.
So
Uh,
that'd be so I can get it
how
20,
much
then I get it
on-
20
depends
Well,
on
no,
what.
the modifier is how much extra gets added on to whatever
So
you're
you want
doing.
him to
But-
do
That
frontline
involves
tank?
wisdom.
and
Yeah.
charisma.
Well,
Just throw them
if you're just doing like a straight wisdom check, it won't.
Sorry, no,
But if
no,
you're doing a
dexterity,
save, it will.
strength, and charisma are the ones I'm looking at.
So what would I roll then if
So
I
what
got
I-
if
what
I did
I'll-
a straight wisdom? 17?
How you want
If you roll a what? What's when you roll? What number you on the die?
How? What do you what number?
So you roll a
It's
d20.
really
Yeah.
weird,
What number do you get?
on my
He's
computer,
better be
I'm
If I
able to
got,
like go
it's
ahead
a 17.
and
If I
see
roll
what
a
it is.
7.
Then you would get plus.
showing up.
Just a wisdom, you get
We
plus
also
3.
have like the
Constitution.
If you're doing a save, it would be plus
You could
5.
also try it
So
on
what's
like
the point of
the
having-
browser
So
on
then,
the
alright, let's say I don't
phone.
want
Oh,
that.
yeah.
How do I
Oh,
change
so
it?
That works.
that's the number that you have
Okay.
as the point buy.
Oh,
You point by the max, which is 15.
that.
Then you did the ASI improvement of 2,
Yep.
which brings your total to
Oh,
17. That's your now number
I would do
for that
I'd say.
category.
So is there any
So,
point of going over
you,
15? I guess is my question.
Well, you can't in the point buy, but
Right.
yes,
But what's-
because it increases. Like at 20, you'll get plus 5.
I wonder if I have them.
Okay.
So like here, so like you're at 15 plus 2, but you chose to add 2 to bring it up to 17,
Mm-hmm.
which would be plus 3. So if you bring it up one more to 18, it would go to plus 4.
Again, so tell me one more time.
And then if you
Oh, you can
do
dodge it.
2 more after that, it's plus 5.
You know what? I really like this one.
Okay.
Probably my all.
Alright,
And like 20 is like
how are y'all
pinnacle.
feeling? Good? I know you got yours that.
Well, I gotta do my backstory.
Mm-hmm.
So if we were writing backstories, do we tell you about stuff to make sure that it makes sense?
Oh, so there's no point. If I'm at 11,
That would
I might as well
include
just
it
go
too.
back to 10.
Also-
Point somewhere else.
Unless you're
Keep
gonna
in
include
mind-
it somewhere else, but yes.
You
I
can
plan to change
make
the
alliances
philosophy
with
on
each
that,
other. So you could already know somebody. For example, you two might already be traveling together.
But hold
There
on,
might
where
be
did
three
you
of
do
you
your,
already traveling
points
together because it is a
plus
bigger group.
your
There's a
ASIs
possibility of that happening. As
12
opposed to just like
plus 1,
9
13.
people meeting together and being like, hey!
Right. Okay.
Because now
So yeah, keep that in mind.
13.
If there is a specific person you
Oh,
want to
I'm messing
join up
sorry.
with, contact them, let them know.
Okay.
If they say, no, I've got something different for mine, that's perfectly
Constitution
fine
was
too.
still 15, 16, 17, okay, Constitution 14, 15. Oh, yes.
My name is.
So we'll go to your con.
Yeah.
So you see how this is a 15?
My name is so it's just a random bunch of
We
letters.
can just not do that.
So if I take
All
one
right.
more point out of something
Yeah, with
else.
that, go for it, man. Remember, you're going to level up as your character levels up.
Yeah.
So those things will be.
Yeah, but
But if I took it out, let's say I
Look
took
at
out a
these
wisdom
players
plus
getting
one.
ready.
Either
I'm
way,
so
that's plus
excited.
how's Marty?
I'm so excited.
one.
Already from some of you all telling me
Come on,
what
Ryan.
you
You're
are
already ready to
planning for
go.
your characters,
Brother,
I'm like
ready.
really
Yes.
excited.
When the negative.
That's
Matt
fine.
knows all the inside
No,
juicy
dude.
things.
Take one from wisdom.
So I'm like, you
I'll
won't
get the
believe what
question.
Danny chose. You won't believe what Tracy's gonna be.
Okay.
Oh,
And
It's gonna be so interesting.
Boom.
It's,
And
I'm
then-
so pumped. I can't wait to just make this. How much is he weighing?
We can put charisma up, intelligence up 1.
You don't have
strength
to
up
have like
another
an exact thing.
Or
If you're
dex
just
up
like
another
he's
You're right,
a
yeah.
Well, it's
medium
kind of
level.
annoying because I keep having
But
to like.
you
I
can
see
lay
the
out
iPad
The
on
app on the
improve
phone.
Like you might
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it looks like the
Yeah.
app on the phone is web based. It just pulls up a web page.
Okay.
Oh really?
Whereas,
Then you have
like,
So
something
which one
different.
would you like to
'Cause it's
possibly
just, it is
have
just
go
web
up
page,
more
but
later?
the
Oh.
app cover seems way more intuitive, right?
Well,
it just
you're
Your
still like
high ones are
character
gonna have enough
building.
points to go up.
Oh, okay. So then-
His is already set up with the character sheet.
Well, if I have charisma, I can talk an animal into joining us forever, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Bam.
Yeah,
Done.
keep that in mind. Animal companions are a possibility too.
So now,
I think you mentioned having something, yeah, a little bit of a
Okay.
spirit. Yeah, you could have, maybe you could have like a ghost following you or something. Maybe you're just talking to an imaginary friend. Be as creative as you want with it. Or if you just want to be alone, that's fine too.
I'm already changing.
Anxiety
I already
does,
want to hug him.
anxiety does not make me the face.
Do you want to reveal your rage, or do you want to keep it secret?
It's fine. Oh, they'll find out.
Okay.
I think that there should be a
This
scene.
range, will you get by default?
That's my introduction.
Whatever you get.
Wonderful.
But then
I'm
as you
making
level
a
up,
scene.
it'll change. This is just soft because right now you're more focused on being
Nathan, how you doing?
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
And it also depends on
Good idea.
Okay.
Totally different.
Yeah.
Did I?
That's true, that's true.
Good.
Text them too.
Yes, feel free.
So we can add items?
Yeah, you can add items. If there's something that you're not sure about, you can message me or ask me. If you feel like you'll probably have a couple of things like potions and stuff, that's fine too.
during battle.
How many can we? What's the limit?
I'd say for level 3 right now, maybe 5.
For what weapons? Mine. Oh, potions. Yeah.
Oh, not weapons. Okay.
Oh,
5?
weapons. I mean, that depends on how much you think your
Oh, they
character
showed
might
up
have.
now.
And,
Weird.
and keep in mind too that there's going to be obsidian on a lot of these weapons. So if you put a weapon down to say, hey, I added a trident,
I
can
want
you
a
make sure
mace as well.
there's obsidian on it and I can homebrew one or find
Okay.
one.
I want a
Antimatter.
mace as well. Antimatter.
It says right here,
Actually,
It is an item.
You know what? If
Rangers.
for everybody in here, Danny and Fahad.
Danny?
I was just
Sorry.
gonna ask-
I'm
No, you're fine. You're fine. You guys are in. I was gonna say if you are going to find yourself coming from, crap, I can't
The
remember.
astral sea.
Foreign land.
The Aztec one, Tezcatlan. Let me know, and I can talk with you about something. You
I
are?
am.
Okay. I'll
Wait,
message
is that
you.
the one up here?
The one in the far left corner?
We're gonna
Yes.
be coming from there.
like
The Conquerors.
Oh.
Do I get anything
Where
if
we
I'm
gonna
dead?
Like
arrive
the
from? That means
The first
Or
one.
are we
we
gonna
found?
arrive together?
Huh?
In my story, I've
I'm
been
arriving
here on the
from,
island for about 5
farm.
years. Is there anything I,
Possibly.
is
Yeah.
there anything I would get
I
from
don't know
being
whether
in
it's
Torquay for a few
representative
years
of
now?
Far away
You
travel.
might.
Okay.
There might be some experience with things that Yeah.
The Concours, the ones that are pretty small.
Yeah, the ones that are up there in that corner. Okay. Okay, because I'll let you know. I'll let you know something that either your character might have or already know about. Okay.
So Vitality of the Tree. This is the new 2024 in the Barbarian. Your rage taps into the life force of the world tree and grants the following benefits. When you activate your rage, you gain 3 temporary HP. At the start of each of your turns, while your rage is active, you can choose another creature within 10 feet of you to gain 2d6 temporary HP.
He's seeking answers.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
At the start of your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is, I don't know, possibilities around
Yes.
this.
Anything, please let me know. Don't keep me like shut out.
I like your motivation.
What I think it was Antasha did not understand that, so she'd always be like, "I'm gonna go ahead and you'll figure it out." And I'm like,
No.
She didn't know. She didn't know. I think talking to you, and you were like, "No, the DM's not your enemy. She's the one that's helping create your story." She's like, "She's not my enemy."
No.
I just play your enemies.
I
Yeah.
did have that conversation with her.
Yeah. She was like, "I didn't realize that. You know, I talked to her about certain things, but I didn't realize." And so yeah. Please let me know, so then that way I can incorporate it. And
Exciting.
I mean, you don't have to tell me about like the plans that you make or your character is going to be making against another character. You don't need to let me know that. That could be something that can come up on spur of surprise. But like based on backstory, background, anything your character is going to do with class or species, that certainly is something I need to know.
You said it was Tescott last night?
Scotland, yeah.
I'm adding that.
Is there? Oh, I wonder if there's a way we can, because we want to
So
keep the
add
items common, right?
in the
Common
notes,
items.
organization is Tescott.
Because it's showing up like a bunch of crazy items, like inspel,
Into your
spear,
organizations.
Okay.
like yeah, those are kind of high.
If you click common,
Okay.
it'll
I
go
was
ahead and do it so that it's.
Because I know you said about 5 items, so I was just wanting to make sure I didn't
Yeah.
pick some accident antimatter rifle.
Okay.
Airship.
For equipment, do we, like, for weapons, do we
What are
just
these
get them?
options? It still
You
came
go
up with
up there.
antimatter
That's,
rifle.
yep.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's a common
Maybe
item.
reimburse.
Maybe.
You can also do-
No matter.
Oh, never
What a common
I
item
could have
that
gone
is.
through your area though.
Holy
If you choose, like, if you're looking specifically for weapons, you can
Yeah.
also do that. I mean, it'll still come up because it is a weapon, but
You want an antimatter
No,
rifle?
I put common because I'm like, I don't want to get anything overpowered. First thing comes up, antimatter rifle.
Let me
I think it's
see it.
fun.
Let me see. I want to see what it reads.
And that's
Rifles in these worlds, do they make
100.
sense?
they could make sense.
Yeah.
They could make sense for sure. They're very simple kind of weapons, like pistols and stuff like that, but it's a possibility
Rob,
if they exist.
you
in this
wanna
world.
hang out with me with some antimatter rifles?
120 feet, 360 feet long range, 6d8 necrotic damage.
Yeah, that's common. That's real common.
That's super
I hate to
common.
see
I heard
magic
what? The
weapon.
Antimatter
Yeah,
rifle.
I put common for the item types. I'm like, because she said about 5 items you can
Maybe
take
it's a
with
homebrew.
us.
Anti-turtle shell.
Yeah.
Anti-turtle shell
I
rifle.
God was just saying.
Only effective against turtles.
This is a gun rifle.
Like, oh my God.
Like,
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you
that's
don't
fine.
have to. iPads don't have like the GPS from like a cell
Sorry I couldn't get any Swiss cheese for you.
So play Pokemon Go.
We'll get
Nathan.
that.
It was so much easier.
Did you get my dailies?
Yes, I did.
Thank you.
Box.
So you're saying just
You're,
Is this
you've
gonna be
already
like a
got one.
lactose
If you
intolerant
log in
character?
tomorrow, you get your Sunday thing.
I can- okay, I can just take it for tomorrow. Can you do my Pokestop
Stop
thing tomorrow?
If I come down here.
Just to put his tool outside.
So I also have the same
Okay.
setup.
So, javelin, would that be a one-handed weapon?
Is that easy to
What's
set
it
up
say?
the
One-handed throwing weapon, I believe.
Yeah.
Do you have
It's
Astro?
thrown. Yep, you're right. It's thrown. It doesn't say
Listen,
one hand or two. Got it. That's
so-
what
If
I
it says
It's
versatile,
always
then
two
Pokemon
yeah.
Go for the iPad. It
Always
always
two
work.
hands.
Like an
Is that your
Like,
motto for
you
everything?
can warm up my food in the fridge?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Still,
Um,
to download INGO.
I couldn't bring myself to a
But
good do a
it's not a
shield.
free thing, it's a subscription.
Do you?
It's $12.
I don't know if maybe
My
because
starting is getting
I know, but I'm saying because you might be anxious, maybe you like are anxious about the fact about getting.
I think more is the
Okay, all right. You're more so hiding than you are like
It's the
build me up and
But-
defend me.
so it's not
if I do that, I also get a plus 4
four,
raise.
so it's just at the severe.
So I am prone,
This one?
Yeah,
Right.
no, this is just like a keyboard thing because I didn't.
so you would get advantage.
Oh yeah, see.
Yeah,
It showed
now I
up on
see
here.
them, but
Yeah.
I don't see like. That be one.
Go down.
It's not even mine, mine touch.
What?
We connected to it?
No, first. The connection.
Okay, so remember
Once it's
5
connected,
items.
So
They
that
have to
is
be
like
common now.
to it.
What app is this?
It
But
can't be the antimatter rifle.
Twilight.
This
Let me see
is-
Tempest.
God, that's crazy.
Thank you.
Yeah, no
There's
problem.
no scrolls that are normal, no wondrous.
iPad makes it
No
really
rods.
hard to spoof to say you're somewhere you're not. So it takes a
It's
lot.
5E 2024.
Where's handbook? Yeah.
It's
Oh, 2014. Maybe they modified it so
oh,
that-
you'd have to. Oh, you took off the include. Don't include the 2014 rules. You need to go
You know
back and
what?
add the 2014 rules.
Maybe for this we can allow that. Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and put the 2014 rules, and we can allow it.
Because
If-
that would
if
be
that's-
your.
That's when you're specifically looking for. That's
You
not
need to
in
run it while
the
you're
newer
playing.
handbook. Then I'll allow it for sure.
For the
So go back to the beginning with the check marks.
Why do we not
when I
use the
turn it
24?
on, it
Because the
shows
2024 rules are the updated player's
change
handbook.
the settings.
And so a lot of those spells like had little revisions or stuff, and so you would see a lot of duplicates.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then also just using the new rules.
So you're leaning towards a Minotaur Druid?
It's like halflings now are lucky that they only get like 3 lucks a day, and you have to declare it before the roll.
Because it's real easy to be
It was
like, I'm
broken.
just gonna. It was broken.
Cyrus is a halfling, and
I was once a halfling.
it's
Luck
not
is the
fair.
best. You know what are you talking about? It's
Did you
totally
pick
fair.
a bunch of
This
items?
is why the phone.
No, not yet. I'm gonna speak to her about some origin items. So
Yeah. So with
I think
your
like maybe if your character has an affinity
with
for
it
items,
too, when you
tell
look
her
at
about
spells,
it. So
because you are
my
including
character, I
2014.
want him to have like a
In
giant
this, just
axe,
make
like
sure
a
you don't
thunder
use
axe
the
or
ones
something like that,
legacy.
and she can homebrew it for you.
Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
those are going to be ones that are the
And then you can like
So
make
I
your
don't
stats
think
with her, and then the
Yeah.
stats will grow as your character
And
ages.
because-
You
Okay.
restart
This is
it
what
so
you are.
it starts the thing
If I'm in-
going here or something.
You get to choose where you want to go.
Yes, this is the current one.
Do I have to be level 2 here then? or-
Yeah.
It's easier to.
And the thing about this is with this, you're only going to have a certain amount that you can add to it. With this, you can prepare so many more.
It tells you, it explains all this stuff about
So,
modifying location.
The secrets are already beginning within.
Do we DM you about a homebrew
Once I
weapon?
turn it on,
Yeah.
usually
Okay.
So,
you need to
When I
do.
get
Dale?
level, can I
Yeah.
choose where?
What are you doing?
I'm getting an anti-turtle weapon.
Also, word of advice.
Alright.
If you're gonna be a druid that has more affinity for animals, Circle of the Moon is the best one.
Dale.
Circle of the Moon. Oh, I'm gonna be right now. It's a
Circle of the Moon Druid?
It's
The
always
only one that has
Is that the one that you cast
Still
spells while wild
technically
shape?
third
It
level.
didn't have
It's
it
just
in
that
the-
you're
You want
more
Circle of the
so.
Moon.
Maybe wait for her to maybe add it to your character then.
Okay.
But that's the best one for.
Circle of
Oh,
the
'cause I
Moon.
did moon. I did not moon fire. Yeah, I did like moon.
Yeah.
Like the Constitution one that just lands within 60.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Okay.
So
I think because we are getting to kind of a final closing, just so that people viewing aren't like, are they just like having a party and
They're live streaming a party, you know?
we're streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy to forget that they're there sometimes.
Oh, I'm talking about
To wrap up, any questions that you have, please again let me know. Considering that next Saturday or next weekend we only have Saturday, and then we start our holiday. I think having the good 2 weeks to kind of help prepare for that is gonna be good. We'll think about starting our first actual session after the holiday.
Okay.
I'm gonna be sending out a survey, which is going to basically ask you a few questions about your personal preferences. But it's also going to go ahead and ask, what are your availability dates? Because then I can take a look at everyone's availability and decide what would probably be the best day to go ahead and have D&D. Make it, if it's as open as possible, please just let me know it's very open. If you've got some days where you cannot do it, or some nights, let me know. The more open it is, the better of a possibility of us all being able to meet at certain times.
How long do we make each session?
Usually, if we do weekly, we're gonna be doing about 2 to 3 hours, okay? We're not gonna go past 2 to 3 hours.
No matter how much some people might want it.
Yeah, Fahad would go
I'm still waiting
24
for that
hours.
8-hour session, man.
We've had an 8-hour
Every
session
over the
before.
holiday, if everyone could be for 1 8-hour
Yeah,
session.
yeah, that'd be a possibility. One reason that we're not doing that is because the DM gets overworked. Otherwise, if it's, we need to do bi-weekly, meaning every other week, that's a possibility too, okay? Personally, I'd rather do weekly because it makes it gives you something to look forward to each week. But we are busy people, we're all teachers, so it's understandable that our schedules may not always line up well, okay? But if we do weekly, it's gonna be 2 to 3 hours.
That's what you got.
Max 4. I don't ever want to go past 4. I try to give breaks in between. So if we do like a 2-hour session, I'll do like a 10-minute break at the hour mark. If we do like a 3-hour, after an hour and a half, I'll do like a 10 to 15-minute break. Just because we are humans with bodily functions and they need to go ahead and go to the bathroom.
Bodily functions, what?
We need to talk about Rob apparently.
That's between me and God.
What goes on in the turtle shell stays in
Which
the
God?
turtle shell.
Which God?
Me and the gods.
Oh, all of them. All right.
Polytheistic.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just wrap up for the stream, and then I'll personally say goodbye to all of you. So thank you for joining us, whether it was live or not. We will begin our first session in a couple of weeks after our national holiday, which is that first week of October. So probably think about after the 8th of October. So thank you for joining us. Thank you guys for being here. And we hope to see you guys soon.
Thank you.
Yay.